Welcome everybody to Roll to Cast Live June edition in July.
In July. It's June and July.
So I'm just going to mute myself because I'm listening to the stream as well, so I heard myself twice for a moment. This is Roll to Cast Live. If you know who we are, you know who we are. But if you don't know who we are, first of all, my name is Sean. I'll be playing the role of GM or facilitator for this here game of All Outta Bubblegum. We'll talk about All Outta Bubblegum in a moment. But let's just kind of go around the virtual table, as it were, and describe ourselves and maybe a little factoid about us, something to prime the audience into who we are. Let's start from top left over to Ellen.
I'm Ellen. You can follow me on Twitter at EllenKGraham1, where occasionally I do very, very, very lazy cosplays. I send my thoughts about nerd stuff into the void, and sometimes I live tweet how often I cry in episodes of media. Stay tuned for when I finally get round to watching The Last of Us. And you can follow me on Instagram at EllieB96. I'm kind of a jack of all trades. Do a bit of acting, do a bit of playwriting. I'm a drag king and a clown. And sometimes I get paid to do those things. Sometimes, not always. And that's me. Is that an interesting factoid, or do you have something a bit better?
No, that's super interesting. There's nothing that can
Right.
top that. Let's jump down below Ellen to Chris.
Hi, I'm Chris. I am 1/4 of Roll to Cast. You can find me at Bonding Chris on Twitter. I am a director and theatre person, maker, filmmaker person, guy. You can find me on Twitter posting incessant memes that I find on Facebook groups and then decide deserve to be put under my Twitter account in the hopes of becoming famous someday online. In truth, what else do I tweet about? Blood Bowl, tabletop role-playing games, and how the world needs more games than just D&D. Yeah, that's the vibe.
He's on a quest.
I'm on a quest. I'll kill everything that isn't. That is D&D. I'll murder it all. Burn it to the ground. D20 skulls everywhere.
Today we're playing D&D.
Yeah, great. Sweet.
Yeah, Rollcast does not necessarily stand by the homicidal actions of Christopher.
Theater guy, maker man guy. Bond.
Murder hobo. Chris Bond.
And then if Chris was doing a 3-pointer in the direction of across the dice bowl that you see on your screen, he might hit Phil.
Denied.
You denied my 3-pointer?
Yeah, I just
you
slapped
suck.
it down.
That was going in, buddy.
It's goaltending. Sorry. Hello, I'm Phil. That's me. I'm the British one from Roll to Cast. Not that you'd know, because I've been in Australia for so long. I don't talk British no more. I'm on Twitter too, at SKKRUF, because that's my gaming handle. I'm a bit like the others. I'm an actor, a bit of a writer, and a tragic for games of all kinds, mostly video games. Also, factoid, I'm a mini painter.
Oh, we get to see one.
Mm.
Is this the latest project?
I haven't painted for a while. This is my character from our season of Starfinder. This is...
Oh, dope. Is that a purple cape? Am I seeing that right?
Yeah. There he is.
Oh, there we go. Look at that.
Love it. He looks so
Very
cute.
It's not focusing very well, but that is my Sheeran from our...
Oh, that's your character?
From Starfinder,
Clink.
Yeah. Clink from Starfinder.
Clink.
From season 8 of Roll to Cast.
Yeah, there you go. That's
Fun
my
fact.
little
We'll make.
Phil was very lovely when we were recording the season for Starfinder, and bought all those minifigs, which didn't exist really in Adelaide really at the time, and spent a not insubstantial amount of money on that. Just last week, I went to a gaming shop, our very own Tabletop Warfare in Adelaide, and there they all were.
All of them.
At least 3 of the 4 that we
my
definitely
God.
use, and they were definitely not as much.
I haven't. The ones I paid to have imported, I still haven't got around to. I have Ellen's character ready to go as Android. And I have a Yosoki ready for our guest star Karma as well.
Hey.
Thanks for
Kind of
filling me
fun
with.
fact.
Thanks for filling me with shame, and I'm going
Yeah.
to shoot that shame down through the bottom of the screen and to land on Sean.
Ew.
Hi, I'm the shameful one of Roltercast.
You are
I
now.
I'm Sean. You can find me on Twitter and most social media at Sean Means John. You can also find me on the Roltercast Discord, which we have a very lovely community on there. Some of which are, I believe, in the chat with us today.
Heck yeah.
Little factoid about myself, which I realize I don't talk about a lot. I'm a ring announcer / commentator for a couple of wrestling companies. Have been for the past couple of years. So I'm a wrestling nerd as well as a TTRPG nerd. That's what I do. I'm the boy that wanted to be a wrestler and then realized a wrestler I do not make. Also, I'm 32 and have a lot of back issues, so I'll talk about it instead. And that's kind of me. The big important thing as well as Roltercasters, we are a couple of days shy of our 4-year Roltercast anniversary. It's been 4 years since going mainstream. Our Cyberpunk 2020 season first came out with See You in Night City, which is episode 0 for season 1. So yeah, we've done 9 seasons of Roltercast. We are in our 9th season where we are currently playing Die. So there's a game for you. There's Cyberpunk, there's Vampire the Masquerade, The Witcher, Kids on Bikes, Starfinder, and then currently Die. So whatever's kind of your poison, you can pick it. And on all good podcatchers. Now, what does that mean for today? Well, today, as per our live stream and as voted on by the audience, we were actually in a dead heat. So I got to pick out of the 2 of them which I wanted to play. And I thought what would be really good is to play All Outta Bubblegum. Now, All Outta Bubblegum is a game that was made in 2001 by Michael Epoch Sullivan and Jeffrey Grant. It is barely a one-pager. It is very, very, very streamlined. So for my players, for myself, and for the audience at home, I'll just describe to you how this game works. There's one stat. And for some of our players here, we have Bubblegum in the vicinity. There we go. You see the
Big
bubblegum.
boy.
Now, you will start with a certain amount of bubblegum, and that bubblegum is the number of 8. So you will start with 8 bubblegum. Throughout this game, which I will provide the story for and such, and it's going to be fairly open-ended, fairly loose, and fairly zany, you'll see why, is you can do one of 2 things. You can either kick ass or do anything else. And you'll roll a d10 accordingly. Now, if you roll a d10 for a kicking ass related action, you have to roll above the amount of bubblegum that you currently have. So you're rolling a d10, so you want to roll at the beginning an 8 or over. And then if you're doing any non-ass kicking related actions, such as trying to persuade someone to give you that donkey or to open a door, depending how mundane I want to roll for, you will roll a d10, but you want to roll under the amount of bubblegum that you have. So for ass kicking, roll over. For anything not ass kicking, roll under. And you will succeed or not succeed accordingly. Now, how do you lose bubblegum? Because you can lose bubblegum. One of 2 ways. Either if you fail at a non-ass kicking roll, which in the beginning is quite hard to do, then you lose a stick of bubblegum. If you also get hurt for any reason, because by the way, you can hurt each other. You can do ass kicking rolls on each other for some reason. So it also counts as your health. So if someone does an ass kicking, I see Chris's smile right there. If someone does an ass kicking roll against you and they succeed, you lose a stick of bubblegum. There is a third way that you can lose a stick of bubblegum, which is you can, before you roll, give up a stick of bubblegum to automatically succeed at your roll. No matter what it is. So the more you lose gum, the more angry you get, more unpredictable you get, and the more likely you are to kick ass or be successful at kicking ass. Now, this bit here is the entire reason why I decided to do this game. If you get down to 0 bubblegum, if you have no bubblegum left, you are now all out of bubblegum. And as we all know from the popular movie, whose name of which I forgot, I'm here. Yeah, I'm here to kick ass and chew bubblegum. and I'm all out of bubblegum. So you can no longer do any action that's not kicking ass. So you would approach any non-ass kicking action as kicking its ass. This could be opening a door. It could be like, trying to persuade something. Like the idea of doing
The
something
only
that's
thing you can
not,
do is kick ass.
Yeah.
Only thing you can do.
The idea of doing anything that's not that doesn't really exist. And then here's the final fun thing, is that if you are out of bubblegum and someone does an ass-kicking move against you, they have to roll a d10 again. If they roll a 10, you're gone. You're out. You're either knocked out or dead or something.
My
But you
ass
are
has been kicked.
thoroughly, absolutely and thoroughly. That's the game. That's
Wow.
absolutely the game.
It feels like everyone's fantasy, or like it feels how it captures the feeling of working retail, where when you just get to a point and you're like, if I am asked to do literally anything else, I'm just gonna start flailing around.
Hey, Ellen, remember you've said that. That's been going to become really funny really soon.
Right.
So what is the penalty for failing an ass kicking roll?
There isn't.
Okay. Just doesn't happen.
So because at the beginning especially, like it's just
you'll be doing less ass kicking.
You'll be doing, or if you do it, it's very hard to succeed on that.
Yeah, okay.
If we find, like, depending on how, this is quite a swingy game, as you can imagine.
Yeah.
So if we find it's like if you're not losing bubblegum fast enough, I might on the fly just end up making that an extra
Let's just
penalty if you lose a roll. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's kind of it. Other than that, I'll read you the last sentence here where it says, however, bear in mind that it's relatively easy to trap a zero bubblegum person in a situation he's totally incapable of dealing with. There you go. Think up your own damn adventures and campaign settings, which is exactly what I'm going to do.
Wow. Such passing of the buck.
Right?
I don't know. You do it.
I don't know.
You do
It's less than 1 page. You do some writing. I don't care.
You fucking do it. So this is it.
Attitude.
So for anyone that is here on the stream, also just as a caveat, we swear, or at least I swear for sure. This is the game where there may or may not be a lot of profanity and serious ass kicking.
Probably some
and
violence.
Who else knows?
Yeah,
probably some violence.
Yeah. Violence against asses is probably a big one.
And if you're just watching the VOD and you have jumped to the start of the game, hello.
Yeah. Hey,
Hi.
We're starting now.
We're starting.
And also, easy. Yes, absolutely. The fact that it is Rowdy Roddy Piper that says a line is not lost on me. And yes, I don't have any sunglasses on me, but we'll make do. I've worn a beanie to differentiate myself from Chris and Phil, so that we're not exactly the same person. Yes, thank you for that.
No, I understand my role. Shave.
I'm waiting for the day where you all become me.
I know,
I'm
right?
just saying.
Yeah. What happens sooner? Do we become Ellen, or does Ellen become us?
Let's go, man. Let's
do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Right.
Jump in.
So, the year is 1998.
Cool.
Scholastic is on top of the world. Nintendo 64 is king of the mountain. Austin 3:16 is an acceptable Bible verse. And Titanic is one of the biggest, highest-grossing movies of all time.
Still is.
Yeah, nothing much has changed, right?
Bill, don't bring your pedantry into it.
You all find yourself at the mall. Now
Sweet.
think Los Angeles. Think Los Angeles late 90s. Think Christmas Eve. Think the last hour before shops are set to close.
Oh, God.
This is where the three of you find yourselves for very different reasons, for very different motives. Maybe you're a shopper. Maybe you're a worker. Maybe you're someone entirely different. Let's find out who these people are to begin with. I'm going to start with Phil.
Hi.
Phil, who are you? What is your name? Why are you here at the mall today? And what's maybe a few lovely little eccentricities about your character?
I'm here because I work security here. I am a mall cop. extraordinaire. And I take my job very seriously. But not in like a gooby way. Oh my god, that is the most serious mall cop I've ever seen. I can't help but respect him. Holy cow, he may be a rent-a-cop, but man, he's cool.
I
And
love
what is
it when
your-
you play weenie characters?
What is your character's name?
It can't be Paul. It's taken.
Saul?
Paul Smart.
Small blot.
Small blot. What's a good name for this character, guys? Help me out here.
Ooh.
Duncan.
Duncan!
Duncan's good. Lobby.
I want something a bit more American, maybe like Dusty or Red.
Dennis?
Dusty.
Oh,
Yeah.
Red.
Dusty's
Dusty is
good.
nice. Dusty.
Dusty's good.
Yeah.
Dusty?
Short
As
for
a wrestling
Dusty.
aficionado, I
Mm.
appreciate Dusty.
That's what I was thinking as well, Sean.
Yeah. All right, Phil. Dusty.
Dusty, yeah.
Dusty. Okay. And can you give me a little physical description of Dusty?
Yeah, so Dusty is like way more jacked than should be allowed for a mall cop. He like kind of just like fits just into his uniform, but you can like see his build and his shoulders. And he's like very like pinned down in his mall cop uniform. Everything is smick and straight. His little badge his name tag is like polished to a high sheen. Yeah, he's quite taller than me. He's like a good solid 6 foot. But he has like a really like benevolent streak. So he's like very serious and like on his job. But if an old lady asks him for directions, he's gonna give her the nicest directions she's ever gotten in her life.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I like this character.
Yeah, go Dusty. I'm
I
glad
like you.
Dusty's...
That's
Dusty
exactly
gets
what Dusty
less
would say.
than minimum wage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we'll jump over to Ellen. Ellen, who are you? What is your character's name? Why are they here? And what's a few little eccentricities about themselves?
So, I'm gonna be a little old lady named Deirdre.
Deirdre?
Deirdre, yep. She's like, in the
D-themed, I
way
love it.
that old people kind of shrink. She's like a Danny DeVito height, like 4 foot kind of
Mm.
thing. And she has her like little walker, and instead of tennis balls on the bottom, she's got little squeaky toys.
Amazing.
Yeah, little squeaky toy horses. I'm gonna go for.
Spell Deirdre.
D-I-E-D-R-E.
Oh.
The I.
Oh, I know it is D as in die. Die Dre. But maybe I'm wrong.
Yeah.
However you want to spell it, Phil. Whatever's in your heart.
Yeah, it's a feminine
Done.
name of
It's
Irish
done.
origin. Yeah. Means broken-hearted or sorrowful.
Yeah, but I spell it DEI, Dre.
That's different.
Well, it's your name. So how would you like it
Oh,
spelled?
I have to change it. We're doing it live, folks.
Yeah, I think it's traditional my way. So let's go for
Let's
that.
go with
Right, we'll
tradition.
do it your way.
Let's go with tradition. Fine. We'll do
And
it your
why
way.
is Deirdre here at the mall today?
Do
Oh,
you say it's
Christmas Eve, Ellen.
It's Christmas Eve.
Christmas
Um,
Eve.
So she bought her grandson Teddy a beautiful kind of like Swarovski teddy bear. But her hands ain't what they used to be, and she dropped it and it shattered. So she's trying to get a replacement.
Oh, so she bought a teddy for Teddy.
She bought a teddy for Teddy.
Oh, and a clumsy
Yeah.
fingers broke it, so she's looking for a
Ah,
replacement.
the shakes are set in.
Oh no!
And she's wearing sunglasses because transition sunglasses don't exist back then.
All right,
Never
there's going to be a
mind.
lot of.
I've got the spectacles instead.
I feel this is going to be a very kind of Archer style universe where there's just weird things from different decades that just happen to pop up here. I'm going to include things that are definitely not a 90s trope, but that's fine. Speaking of fine, hello, Chris.
Yo.
Who are you? What is your character's name? What are they doing here at the mall? And what are some eccentricities about your character?
My character's name is Trent. I'm in a
Trent.
new metal band. I've got my wallet chained to my jeans. Big jeans.
Jinko jeans.
Yeah, big Jenkin jeans. Yeah, Trent is a teenager. He's 17. He looks a bit like Trent from Daria, the TV show. In fact,
Gonna
that's
say, yeah.
largely what I've based my character off of.
I thought you were
Teenage
going to say,
bands.
I'm playing Trent from
They're
Trent
thinking of changing
Lane
the name.
from Daria. So
you can do whatever you want because I've never seen Daria. So.
oh well, there you go. Well, that's a
Oh.
shame.
Also,
You
this
should
is
see it.
not
It's very good.
serious.
We should do a TV. We should do a podcast where we watch cartoons that we haven't watched before.
Okay.
Anyway, so he's Trent. So he is a stoner. He is a slacker. He is in a new metal band, and he is the bassist for the new metal band.
Oh my god.
Which means that he basically does nothing.
And
Which is
he's
really
thinking of
good.
changing the name.
Yeah, they're thinking of changing. It's called Mystic. They're called Mystic Spiral, but we're thinking of changing the name.
And
B B
and,
B
why
B,
is- why is-
A B B.
Yeah,
Why is Trent here today? At the
Trent is
mall?
here because the mall is a cool place to be,
Right.
and he gets to watch the how everyday people live their lives. Can you
He's
see they're
not
all
everyday.
sheep? All these people, they're all sheep, getting their waffle cones and their jumbo juice.
Hey Trent, you want a waffle cone?
What? Yeah.
I do like this idea of Trent being like, look at all these idiots. And he's there on Christmas Eve just
Yeah.
watching people.
Yeah.
I love it. It's so
It's,
good.
it's either very funny or deeply tragic. It's both.
It's
How
both.
much time has he
Spoil
spent?
Daria, the TV show, but it's actually it gets quite dark. So yeah, Trent is a bassist. He's there to people watch and judge them, and
Maybe
to hang out
browse-
at the mall, being like a cool kid. He's probably bought a skateboard as well to do some like shredding on the fucking water feature, which
Not if I have
absolutely.
anything to
Oh,
do with
that's
it.
old mate
allowed
Dusty
yet.
has something to say about it.
Well, it's a big mall.
Sick kid flip.
Uh,
Now take it outside.
Screw
so
you,
speaking
man.
of which, we're
I'm gonna follow
gonna
your rules.
start with Dusty. Now, Dusty, being that it is Christmas Eve, there is a plethora, a menagerie of late mall goers who are there just trying to get that last gift that they forgot. They just plumb forgotten. So it is a swarm of people. It's more than one mall cop can handle by themselves. But unfortunately, you are short-staffed tonight. And a lot of people, funnily enough, might be because it's Christmas Eve, a lot of people happen to call in sick. So it is just you here because you're the diligent one. You
Other mall
understand
cops
the
would just
role.
get in my way.
Yeah. Now, you find yourself outside of a... Oh, God, what's an American store? A Macy's?
Topic.
Gap.
The
TJ
Gap.
Maxx.
The
Gap.
Gap. You find yourself outside the Gap, and the Gap has come across a problem. And here's where I'm wildly misremembering 90s culture. But FPOS is down. FPOS is completely down. Cards, the whole technology is down, and people...
If you're American,
getting-
F-Pass is using your card to pay for stuff.
Oh, yes. Yeah, there you go. I'm not sure how much of an Australianism that was. And so people are getting riled up. There are lines in the store going back. And more to the point, you hear from outside the store a raised voice from the counter. What do you mean I cannot use my card? I came here to use my card to buy this 12-book set of the Animorphs for my great-great-grandson, and I expect to be able to pay with my card. Where's your manager? It's Richard Nixon, maybe, I
Man
guess.
whispering.
Ellen, do you feel a lot better about the voices you did in season 9 of Broadcast?
No.
So I'm gonna
I've insulted both Ellen and Sean with that comment.
I'm gonna appear in the
One
store. I'm gonna make eye contact with the retail worker behind there, Susie. I know
Susie-
everybody. And I
Susie
look.
is...
I'm gonna give her a look like, do you need some help in there?
So Susie is barely 18. Susie is young, has like bright orange hair tied back into a ponytail. Her name tag is unfortunately upside down, and so it reads backwards and she's there, wide eyes, a bead of sweat is just dripping down. You can see she's like getting very kind of like antsy, trying to placate this Richard Nixon-esque man, and she looks over to you and it's just that like wide eye thing of like, fucking hell.
I'm gonna try and calm this fellow down. Sir, I'm sure they have a manual card reader on the way. That thing where they your card over a piece of paper that they used to have. I mean, they have currently when the credit cards are down. You're just gonna have to be patient. There's a lot of people here, and they all want to shop, and they all have the same problem as you, sir. So please, give Susie a break, and let's be civil.
I also like that he constantly has his hand on his sunglasses, ready to take them off, but maybe he never will.
Maybe he doesn't. Maybe his hand's on a taser. No, they didn't give him one.
All right. Well, that sounds like a non-ass kicking roll.
So we're gonna roll under 8.
Yes, under 8. So between a 1 and a 7. 6.
I got a 6.
Excellent. So,
what did you fail your first roll?
I have a very calming presence.
Well, I guess I can pay by cash. I was
well,
hoping
if you
to
had
use
cash, excellent.
Well,
Susie will ring you up straight away. There's a lot of people waiting, sir.
It's just that I wanted to use this $20 as a gift in an envelope to my granddaughter.
Yeah, that's great, sir. Would you pay? There's a large line behind you.
Hey, what's taking so long? Can you hurry up? You stupid old security guard. Get out of here. What are you doing?
There's a Muppet from Australia here.
He thinks he's a real guard. He thinks he's a real police officer.
I think I'm a mall cop, the best damn mall cop in America.
He takes his job seriously.
Damn right. Damn right I do.
And there's a few people that start laughing in the line with they've got like what equates to like boost juices, like little like juice cups and such.
Jamba juice.
And they're like, and they clink it together, and they start like on their disposable cameras, like taking photos of you.
I take photos with disposable cameras.
Just get every 90s trope we fucking can.
No, just the idea of them busting out disposable cameras to take a photo of a mall cop is very fun. Just be like, haha.
2 months later, yeah.
just like wait while it comes out, like a Polaroid.
Months later, we're going to be laughing at you so hard.
Some of them have
Polaroids, and they're like waiting for it to come.
Yeah, Merry Christmas,
So
everybody.
expensive.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you.
Deirdre.
Yes, that's me.
You are making your way through the mall, and you are immediately overwhelmed by the amount of people, all the lights, the variety of stores and different names with items that you're just unsure. You're completely lost. And you have no idea, A, where you originally bought this thing from, and B, where you should go to get a new one. What does Deirdre do?
I just... no, I think I need to go up a prescription or 2. Sir, I might try and flag down just someone close to me. And extending my paper map of the mall in like that you get at the informational stall that no one visits ever. But yeah, Deirdre's been by the info booth to get the map of the mall, and she's just gonna please someone. I'm trying to find Macy's.
And so a lot of people actually, you know what? Make a roll for me, and because you're appealing to the greater nature of those around you. Let's see if somebody stops to give you a hand.
And I'm trying to roll under 8, as in the gum I
Yes.
have. Yep.
Yes,
Cool.
under your gum.
I dropped that. Never mind. 5. We good.
You're good. You're good.
I
So
would have loved it if I had immediately failed, though.
I had things in mind.
Start punching people.
So a few people walk past you, ignoring you. One's on their big, massive cellular phone. As I'm imagining 80s style, even though it's well into the 90s by now.
They're really behind the times.
And then you feel like a kindly hand on your shoulder, and as you turn around, your head tilts up
Reaper!
slightly, and you said Reaper, right?
Yes, he's
Well,
here for me.
Oh, thank goodness, Ellen.
Yeah. I know, I heard it too.
Reaper.
Yeah,
Yes,
Reaper.
no.
And you look into the eyes of the most dashing, suave, sophisticated young man you've ever seen in your life, in a perfectly tailored suit, swept over hair, like Hugh Grant if he worked out a lot more in the 90s.
Thought he did.
More.
Oh shit.
He's so
Buffer Hugh
charming.
Grant.
You remind me of my Reggie before he passed.
Well, I'm not entirely sure who that is, but I'm sure I would have been very, very charmed to have someone like you in my life. What can I do for you? I love that it's done corpse Chris twice already. I love this.
Right. So first of all, what's your name? Stranger?
My name is Fraser. What is yours?
Fraser. Oh,
Fraser.
that's an interesting name. Where does that come? What country does that come from?
I think it's German.
Oh, very good. Very
Fraser's
good.
an idiot.
Thank you.
You appear to be lost, do you?
Yes. And I take out from my wallet, I unfold the many, many, many photographs I have of my grandson, Teddy. Now, this is my grandson, Teddy. Look at him. He's healthy as a weed.
Yes, very, very lovely. Comes from good stock, I assume. Looks like a
Yes.
Yes. What about this young Teddy?
Well, okay, so I bought him a Christmas present. I bought him a beautiful jeweled teddy bear, in honor of his name, and also the late president. And I but oh dearie me, I dropped it and it shattered. So now I've got all the bits here in my purse. And she shakes her purse and you hear the jingle jangle of many crystalline shards.
And Chris is out.
Chris is done. Okay, that's okay. We didn't jingle jangle, jingle jangle. Oh no. Oh god, I don't know what he's doing.
Oh my god, he's spider.
So make me Okay, you go. No, keep going.
Yes. And so I need to take it back to the store, but it's so I don't know where I am. I don't know where I am, Reggie. No, that's not your name. It's Fraser.
No, my name is
I'm
Fraser.
so sorry.
Close though. No, very close. It can
Reggie's
be very
your
hard
late
to
husband.
You look like the spitting image of Reggie just before he passed, which was many, 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 many years ago.
Make me another non-ass kicking roll.
Great. 7. Just.
Yes. So he and
how Reggie used to make me angry when we'd anyway.
So being that it's a 7, then it's almost a fail. He stares at you for a long, long time as you see his dumb brain is trying to
dumb brain.
He's like a himbo basically.
Dumb brain, Ellen.
And he's trying to compute your bombardment of information. He goes, I do believe where you're looking for is the Macy's. If you'll head down to the end of the lane there, take a right, then you'll go a little bit further, take a left, then you go up the stairs, and the 4th shop upon the left should be the Macy's that you're looking for.
Oh, thank you ever so much, Fraser. But a little old lady like myself, I couldn't. It might as well be in France. Do you think you could escort me?
make another roll. I'm gonna start doing these rolls hard.
You gotta get rid of this gum, man. Failed.
That's
Failed.
a 10.
Yeah.
That's a 10. Great.
Baby.
So, Ellen,
Yeah.
take away a bit of bubblegum. Feel free
Do I
to
chew
start.
it?
Yeah, you got to chew it. By
You
the
chew
way,
it, yeah.
I'm implementing the rule that when they use up a piece of bubblegum, they got to chew the bubblegum, and that stays.
I
You
thought
just
that
gotta
was
keep-
the idea.
You got to keep chewing that bubblegum, and it's going to get more bubblegummy and more in your mouth.
Right.
So he, at that moment, you hear a ringing noise, and he's like, "Oh, excuse me," and he goes onto the phone. Yes, dearie. Oh, it's so lovely to see. Yes, I'm talking to another old lady right now, but you are always a number one old lady in my. Excuse me, Doris. I need to take this right now. Best of luck, best of luck, best of luck. And then he's gonna.
You are. Gee. I'm gonna take my walking frame out and I'm gonna bop him over the head.
Absolutely. Go for an ass kicking roll, and you need to get above your bubblegum, which is now at 7.
I never said how Reggie passed mine.
Oh my god.
I don't pass.
So you, as he turns around, and he's got the head to his, you go and try to swipe with your walker, and it's at that moment that he notices like a little bit of trash on the floor, and being the good, simple man that he is, he goes to bend down to pick it up, and your walker goes over his head, and you like kind of topple sideways, and the sound of you crashing onto the ground. We then snap cut to Chris, or should I say Trent. Now, Trent, you are watching a multitude of people going past. What if you've got like a hot dog or something that you're nomming on at the moment? You're getting a lot of joy and satisfaction about watching the fools go about their capitalist business. And it is at this point that you notice someone. You notice a couple of people. How do you know them? Why? It is your sworn enemy, members of the Squawking Phoenix, a rival band that last year beat Mystic Spiral in the Battle of the Bands 1997 that gave them a year's pass at Radio Shack.
Boo. I love Radio Shack.
And all 4 of the band members of the Squawking Phoenix are walking past you. That you can see them. They haven't spotted you yet, but you've spotted them. What do you do, if anything?
So Trent is just by himself, and he's going to he's sitting on a table in the food court with his feet on the metal chair.
You're in the cafeteria, yeah.
As they walk past, he is going to kick the chair in their way so that they trip over it, and so they fall.
Great.
So it's like the chair is going to skid in front of them, and they're going to get tangled up in it and fall over.
And I'm going to let you know.
Go, take that, you fucking squawking. Sorry, let me do that in a fucking like stoner, Cali sort of thing.
Take 2.
Yeah. It is.
Poser.
I like that take better.
Fucking got him.
So basically, here's what I'm going to let you know. Not only are you going to make an ass kicking roll, but I'm going to say that if you get a 10, so if you crit, you're going to tangle all 4 of them up in the chair.
Do I have to? I'm trying to embarrass them. I'm not trying to kick their ass. Can I
It's still a violentish. It's still a violentish motion. So it's going to be that ass kicking roll.
So I can't chew a piece of bubblegum to succeed on it then.
You can absolutely. You can use a piece of bubblegum to succeed.
Oh, you can just use it for any roll.
Yeah, any roll at all.
Oh, I thought it was only the non-ass kicking ones that you.
No. So if you ever want anything to succeed, you can use up a piece of bubblegum.
Oh, well then I'll just chew a piece of bubblegum.
Great. So being that you are chewing a piece of bubblegum, tell me exactly how you tangle one or all of them and the effect that it has on them.
So Trent leans on the table and kicks the metal chair in the way. It like the group of them are laughing and chatting with each other. They're like, you know what? They're a like ska band. That's why I hate them, because we're new metal and they're a fucking ska band and they won. Which is weird because in '98, I don't know if ska was still alive by that
Yeah, but
point.
they're
They're
really
trendsetters.
good.
They're
Ska
trendsetters.
never
They're good,
died,
man.
all right? It
Ska
just
never
went
dies.
underground
Ska
a
came
bit.
before
They got
reggae.
tartan.
Ska
They got
came
tartan
before
pants.
reggae.
They've got
they've got
an
their
awesome
pants
saxophone.
that are checkered. They've got like glasses, like actually what Phil is wearing, big colorful ones. They have spiked hair in a mohawk or faux hawk, and they're chatting with each other, being friendly, being happy, being California kids, and they are blissfully unaware of violence impending on them, and so they're just not looking where they're going, and they step straight through the chair. The feet get tangled up, they fall over in a heap.
Whoa!
And they're like, "Whoa, dude! Like this, what just happened, man? What just happened?"
And so
Whoa!
the
Oh
four
my
of them, the
Yeah.
four of them, you see, like they're this tangled mop. Yeah, go.
The hype man, because every ska band has a hype man, is just standing and he's just like jumping around, being like, "Oh my god! Oh
Whoa.
my god! I can't believe that just happened!
Whoa.
Oh my god!"
Hey,
And
as they
by the
all
way, so-
fall into each other. The band itself, the hype man doesn't trip up; he's just standing by himself, jumping up and
So,
down.
two things. Number one is that ska very much was very popular and in existence. Real Big Fish was around in the 90s. So
Yeah, but '98 was they
yeah,
around
yeah.
for that?
So
Okay.
Real Big Fish was there from like the mid 90s as well.
I know it lasted from like the '95 onwards, but I don't know if they made
Yeah.
it to. Oh yeah, Take Me
Yeah.
Out. Their cover
exactly right.
was there at the time. Yeah, fair enough. Sweet.
And so yeah, they're this mess of limbs, and there's like a big kind of a zany sound effect, boings and such as they're on the deck.
a muted trumpet plays.
What the hell? That's not tubular at all. Who did that? What's going on? Who do we need to like? And they're all doing like little like ninja poses as they like get onto their feet. Hey,
They're trying to be surf ninjas. I love it.
they're trying to be surf ninjas. And then, like, one by one, all of their eyes, Trent. Whoa. What's the matter, Trent? Did you get kicked out of your little band whose butts we kicked last year? Where's your little buddies? As they're still like trying to like save face and get up off the ground.
Hype man still in the background jumping around. I
Are
love
you
that ska
looking
bands
to-
just had hype men. It's very good.
And you've got Dennis, the leader of
Dennis.
Squawking Phoenix. Dennis is like, maybe we need to teach Trent another lesson in losing, right, fellas?
Yeah, boss. I don't know.
Bruh, we didn't even change. We're changing our name. We're not even Mystic Spiral anymore, so you didn't even beat us.
Yeah.
You know? That's
What
not.
do
You didn't.
What do you call them
changed-
now? The silly idiots?
Ew.
I'm going to let you think about
Oh,
that and why that's a
shit.
stupid thing to say. Idiot. You
I've got really
stupid
strong
idiot.
legs from all my skanking, and I'm going to use them to kick your ass.
Are you calling who you calling idiot, nerd?
Who calling nerd? Stupid.
Who you calling stupid, dum dum?
Who calling dum dum? Loser.
Make me a non-ass kicking roll.
I'm just going to eat another piece of bubblegum.
You're just gonna go for it?
Yeah, I just eat another piece of bubblegum.
Like Dennis with the loser and the introduction of the hand sign on top. Dennis like and falls backwards over the psychic shock of being called a loser and of losing this verbal joust. And he falls into the waiting arms of the rest of their band that start like fanning his face. And they're like, how dare you call him a loser? You know he has trauma around that word? That's low.
Do you know what else is low?
Loses the one he has.
Losers. Losers are low.
Oh.
Oh shit!
Can I say, this feels amazing. This is the most empowering gesture I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Burn.
And we are going to cut away from Trent's verbal joust with the Squawking Phoenix. What did I say? The Squawking Phoenixes?
Squawking Phoenix is a great name.
Yeah,
for a
Squawking
band.
Phoenixes.
Yeah.
The Squawking Phoenix.
Good name for a ska band, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not bad.
And we're going to jump back over to what's your fucking name? I put your names in a tab here so I wouldn't remember. Dusty. Dusty. you have now. You hear over your little walkie-talkie as you leave the gap. There is
Come in over. This is Dusty.
There is a code 63 that is called. Now, Phil, what is a code 63?
Well, let me see if I know. Let me roll for it.
Great. Make me a non-ass kicking roll.
I've got to get under 8, right?
Yes.
I got 8. How
Well,
does that count?
I'm going to say that it doesn't count. I'm going to say that to do non-ass kicking, you have to get under, and for ass kicking, you have to
Let's
get
go through this
on
bubblegum.
and
Let's
over.
do it.
Yeah. So you have they just say, Dusty, we have a code 63 on the second floor. Code 63 over.
Roger that. I reached for my code book, and I'm like, oh, I forgot it today.
You have absolutely no idea what a
Dusty.
code 63 is, but you need to. Dusty's not going to admit that. Dusty's not going to admit that he doesn't know what a code 63 is. How do you want to approach and how do you want to handle this situation? What are you going to bring with you to the second floor to respond to a code 63?
I carry everything I need, and everything I'm legally permitted to carry, which is not much.
And so you make haste and you head across the mall. And as you go up the escalators, a code 63 becomes very apparent to you. You hear it before you see it. The sounds of barking, the sounds of mall goers screaming and yelling, the sounds and pitter-patter of paws as you come up at a code 63.
Oh, a code 63.
The pet shop. The pet shop has gone loose. Somebody has gone and opened up all the cages and all the different boxes and such, and there are animals everywhere. There's a lot of like Dalmatian puppies that are running around.
Christmas Eve.
Cats are jumping on customers. Like someone goes past as there's 3 cats on them. Snakes are slithering on the floor. It is a zoo from this one pet shop, and there's just you in the middle of this mass of wildlife, domestic wildlife.
We caught the turtles.
Now, what are you gonna do, Dusty?
Is there an animal trainer in the mall?
Oh, make me a roll for that.
Oh my god.
Oh no, I failed.
Yeah, so, you see like one person looks around and they go to put their hand up, and then their wife is just like, no, like you're not, absolutely not, and they shuffle themselves away. People are actively like trying to either like not like look at you at all, or they're being attacked by animals, and they're otherwise predisposed, as one person just has a swarm of lizards that are crawling all over their body as they're on their ground, turtle back. You can see some are underneath their jacket. It's almost like a scarab beetle, as there's just like lizards all underneath their body.
Come on, Dusty. You trained for this.
Did you?
I think it was in week 3 of a 2-week course. Remember, most erratic animals first. Okay, so
Cats.
most erratic animals got to be cats, right? It's got to be cats.
Oh yeah. There are cats like, especially there's cats on the railing. There's cats like waiting for people to come past as they drop down onto passergoers. And there's one specifically that has just found a bunch of marbles on the floor and is batting them around, and they're getting in the way of customers who are slipping over as well.
I'm gonna get. So Dusty runs into the store and he grabs a jingly feather toy on a string. Right?
Right.
Go on.
Swoops it around and then makes it act like a little skittish mouse. And as soon as the cat goes for it, he grabs the cat. That one goes back in the cat pen. And he continues to do that for more cats.
I'm gonna
ignoring the fact there are lizards, There are chinchillas. There are hamsters.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's
Starting with the cats.
Phil, there's even a capybara just kind of wandering around.
I didn't know they had that here. That's got to be against some kind of wildlife code.
That's a code 64.
Yeah.
So you're going to make a non-ass kicking roll.
If only I could ass kick these animals back.
You could use the capybara though to help you since they are.
I'm now down to 6, by the way. So these are getting harder.
Roll under a 6.
Hey, or 7. A 7.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean,
I can herd cats.
You know, it's almost comical. In fact, it's only comical as you like perfectly lasso around some of these like animals. Like you fashion like a little like you've got 2 ends, right? One to kind of like jangle this thing so that the cats are distracted by it, and then you loop the other end around, and it perfectly goes around the waist of these cats, and you just flip them up, and they fly through the air and end like perfectly in like boxes and things that you put out. Like you've just made
I was born for this
trap area, and there's just like a game at the carnival. You're just popping cats in boxes everywhere. What is the next animal that you're going to tackle? I'll give you one more.
Let's go for these lizards.
Okay, so yeah, weirdly the lizards have swarmed around one particular customer. They're wearing a Toy Story t-shirt that's got Sid on it, like Sid's grimacing face. But it's one of those like shirts that are clearly not official Disney. Like they're one of like bootleg, the black and white bootleg shirts. They wear like cut off jeans, old Doc Martens. They actually look kind of like Sid as well. And you just see lizards swarming.
Bootleg Sid shirts.
There's more lizards than there are person.
You, sir, the one taking good money away from hard-working corporations.
What is it?
Stay very still. You have a lizard on you.
And they're awkwardly like stiffening up as like you just see like they're just swarming over the face. Okay. What now?
You there, pet store employee, come here. And you. Grab a large sheet. I'm gonna spin this man around and the lizards will come flying off and you are gonna catch them.
That's absolutely going to be another role. That's a non-ass kicking role. I do like this. As one of the and both the store employees look weirdly exactly like the woman from the Gap. They look like they could be triplets. In fact, they are. So you've got Stacy and Brittany. Stacy and Brittany are all going to come over with their tied back orange hair, and they're going to get kind of like unsure of your plan, but they're going to grab the sheet out as they stretch it over the length of the corridor. Make that roll for me.
Take my hand, sir. Trust me. Shouldn't have trusted me. I roll a 2.
He gets. So wait. So what are you doing again? You're spinning him.
Yeah. So all the lizards will fly off him.
You like start spinning him, and you don't know your own strength. You're a surprisingly built individual.
It's not surprising.
Instead of the lizards going flying, he goes flying. And he flies
fired
over the railing of the second floor.
I'm definitely getting fired.
Disappears as you hear just a momentous crash.
Somebody catch him.
Deirdre, you make your way through the mall, and you eventually you have found yourselves at the Macy's. You are inside the Macy's. Was it the Macy's? Yes, the Macy's. You are inside Macy's, and you are looking for this particular item. Make me a non-combat roll to see if you can locate or know what you're even looking for.
No, I rolled a 9.
So you head up to the place where you can now start to make your way through, like, oh, I know where the kind of like the toys section are, or the section.
Like, it would be like, because it's a crystal thing, so it'd be like more in the jewelry section.
Yeah.
Which allows for more carnage.
So you head through, and as you're getting there, you spot it. You see the one like glass like one, kind of glass teddy bear that is on there, and you start like strolling towards it, and just as you're about to get there, another old lady is just in front of you on the other side, and her hand
Oh, we got a jingle all the way situation.
and puts her hand straight on it and looks straight at you and goes, "Too slow, Grandma. This teddy is mine. No
Skeletor?
Christmas for you."
Oh, well, I'll have you know at the home, we do regular jujitsu classes. And I'm going to grab her and we're both going through the cabinet.
Jesus. Okay, great. That sounds pretty ass-kicky to me, Deirdre.
Yeah. I'm chewing some gum.
Oh, you're just
pop the
gonna...
gum. I want to do it.
So-
Fuck this bitch.
So you're both going to go through the cabinet? Was that what you said?
Yeah, I'm like tackling her and we are flying through the cabinet and I'm using her to hit the cabinet first.
So she expects that she is stronger than you, and she expects you to go for the teddy as well. But instead, you just momentarily put down your stroller. You latch onto this woman whose name is Rose. But you
They
don't
call
know her.
this one Krav Grandma. And I fuck her up.
And with like a surprising amount of dexterity, you hoist Rose up, and the two of you just stumble backwards at the last moment. You twist her around so her back goes through, and there's an almighty crash as you go through this glass cabinet, and bits of knickknacks and jewelry from the top shower the two of you as an array. Like, you've done so much damage already as this teddy, and as you kind of sit on the ground, you look over and you can see that the porcelain teddy that was on the shelf is slowly teetering and tipping, and it looks like it's almost about to tip off its shelf onto the ground. Deirdre, what do you do?
I'm going to use my crocheted scarf, unfurl it, and I'm going to use it as a cushion for the teddy.
Ooh, non-ass kicking roll for me.
I
Can
got
pop
confused.
gum to
Are they
succeed?
are they under or over the non-ask? Which is which? I keep forgetting.
So if it's ass kicking, you want to go over gum. If it's non-ass kicking, under gum.
Under gum.
Kicking
Okay.
over. You will
Yeah.
run
I would
out
have
of gum.
I
which
should have
will
succeeded the
drive
list-
you into a fury.
Yeah.
I should have succeeded the
Yeah.
lizard roll because I was under. I was 2,
And it was not ass
Oh,
kicking.
and it was
Ah.
not ass kicking. So I fucked
that's
that
right. Well, that's all right.
I would like to pop gum so I succeed in saving the teddy.
Great. And describe to me, because this is gum related, exactly what you do and how you
Yeah.
save the teddy.
So she's got like this big like hand crocheted shawl that she's made herself, and she like quickly takes it off, and like, you know, holding this bundle of yarn in her hands, she like slides along the floor, and just in time as the teddy falls off the shelf into her hands, cushioned by the yarn.
There's
Thank goodness.
a satisfying poof.
A lot of gum.
Yeah, how much
my
you got in your mouth at the moment?
3?
Oh, Jesus. And there's like a satisfying poof noise as it safely heads into the batch. And as you like step up your prize in your hand, you hear a groan as you turn around. Your head swivels round, and from the debris of the cabinet, Rose steps up. You see there's a trickle of blood that is going down her face, and the shawl has gone off her shoulders, and you see just the surprising biceps of Rose as she's starting to like pump up. She cracks her neck, and you hear each vertebrae just snap, 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 snap. Cracks her back, each vertebrae snap, 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 snap. I haven't done that in 20 years. Time to teach you. Wait, that wasn't her voice. I haven't done that in 20 years. I think you'll be
Yes, you
handing
Skeletor.
that back over now. Dearie, if you ever want to see your grandkids again, And she puts her fists up, and she goes in a come hither motion as she starts then slowly idling towards you.
How rude. I'm gonna put the teddy in my purse.
Great.
I'm gonna get back up on my walking frame, and I'm going to approach her for a whooping.
Great. So she is going to go immediately to just haymaker you, just like a wide swing. And you notice at the last second that she's also wrapped her pearls around her fist as well. So she's got pearl knucks, which she's looking to crack across Deirdre's jaw. How are you
Don't
going
like
to
that.
respond at the same moment? What is your fighting action going to be?
Well, I think we've kind of established that she uses the walking frame as a blunt instrument. So she's gonna be like raising that to just like bring it up and catch Rose on the chin.
And is it going to be metal bar first or squeaky toys first? What's going to hit her?
Squeaky toy for comedy.
For comedy? Okay, make me an ass kicking
Comedy
roll.
purpose. Now, am I trying to roll over or under for ass kick?
Ass kicking is over.
Ass kick.
So more gum you eat, the easier it is to ass kick.
Oh fuck! No, I rolled just under.
Just under. So you go to bring your frame up, and she puts her head back as an expert boxer might, but at the same time as her head swings back and you hear the crack of her back once again, you hear a second crack, your own jaw, as you get pearl jammed, as the fist wallops you across the jaw, and you stumble back against the shelf behind you, and there is like a glass object in the shape of like a wide brim hat that comically falls off and lands on your head, and you're wearing like a wide brimmed glass hat now. And she is going to rush forward with a surprising lack of speed and go to tackle you around the stomach, and she's looking to extricate you from your purse at this point.
Cool. Yeah, I want to use the walking frame as essentially like a shield. Like, so it's just gonna if she's running into me looking to just tackle me, that's gonna be like my little buffer.
Ass kick away.
Because I lost the other roll, do I take a gum out?
No, because that's player to player.
Okay.
So if a player wins an ass kick roll against you, that's going to be your health.
I'm wondering whether I'm just gonna pump another gum.
You're just going to be an ass kicking Deirdre. Do it. Absolutely.
This Rose bitch had it coming.
I'm going to explain to you you were going to explain to me not only how you keep this woman at bay, but how you then disarm and take her out of the fight.
So I think like she runs forward. Deirdre like shakily raises her walking frame, and Rose just slams into it like with a thunk on the metal bar. And Deirdre lifts it up. I'm gonna give this to my grandson as a present, and I'll have you know that his head size is in the top 3%. And she's gonna just slowly push her forward, and Rose just falls over, and Deirdre's just gonna literally slam the walking frame on top of her. So she is essentially trapped, as she cannot get up without assistance.
Amazing. And like the
Just
last
frantically
shot,
pressing her medical alert.
And we're gonna as you go to
That
do the
can't
one
save
last
you, Rose.
as you go to do one last slam on her chest, it then smash cuts away as the sound of the glass teddy is placed onto the counter, and you go, "I'll just have that one, please," as you ring up the item. Trent,
So
as you've walked away from the cafeteria and you start to just kind of meander and make your way through, you hear a very familiar voice. Trent? And you wheel around, and there, oh my God, of all people, this is your stepdad. Your stepdad. Your dad's not in the picture. This is Benjamin. And Benjamin loves your mum, and your mum loves Benjamin. Benjamin is insufferable. He's a blue collar. He's a white collar man. He works in numbers, something in finance. He's still. It's Christmas Eve, but he's still dressed in his suit and that one like fat light blue tie. Very boring, very clean cut. And he's like,
he just wants to apply. He just wants you to apply yourself.
That's it.
That's all he wants.
And he looks over you. Trent, what are you doing here? You're supposed to be spending time with your mother back at home.
But I'm not there. I'm here.
Look. I know I'm not your father, and I know that you don't like being told what to do. But I think, it's just important that you recognize, your mother and I, both of us, we work really hard for you to give you we put a roof over your head, we put food on your table, and all your mother had asked for you is just one night to spend with her. It's Christmas Eve. What are you doing, son?
Yeah, but I didn't even ask to be born, so whatever, So you don't have to give me food or roofs. I don't even need more than one. Maul's got a roof, So yeah.
Look, come on, son. How about you come with me? We'll go home right now, and we can go have a nice game of Monopoly with your mum tonight, just for Christmas Eve.
Nah. I'm just gonna chill here. I'll be back though for Christmas, and I've already seen Mum. I've already hung out with her. We hung out as a family. Now you can do date stuff, but you can play Monopoly with my mum. That's cool. That's fine, but you don't need me to play Monopoly. You can play. Mono means one, so you don't need me. You could do it by yourself,
And you see there's a bit of frustration beginning to build in Benjamin. Brent, lad.
Yeah, what's up?
I know it seemed like I was phrasing it as a question, but I guess I probably shouldn't phrase it as a question or a request. I should phrase this more as a statement. We're not looking to pass go here. We're not looking for anything like that or any other Monopoly reference that I can't think of at the time. We are going straight home, and we are going to play Monopoly. Now, come with me. Let's get in the car.
There's no chance involved.
And let's go spend time with your mum. All right?
Counter argument. I give you the finger.
Oh!
And you fuck off. And I am going to spend a piece of bubblegum to make that happen. He goes away now. Bye-bye.
Use that bubblegum.
Yeah, I'm using that bubble. I'm just going to sit there, I'm just going to lean up against the wall and be like, you can't make me do anything. So, don't. And now go away.
There's a tense moment as you've got the finger just held up pretty close to Trent's face as passergoers
to Ben's face. I think it's casual. I think he's just the fucking Eminem kind of thing.
And there are passergoers there's just life around you, and there's a busybody, there's a sound cacophony of mole goers, and he just stares at you and goes, expect you home for Christmas. And he turns away, swivels on his heels, shaking his head. and walks off. And as you like stand there, like, you know, smug in satisfaction because you told that fucking Benjamin, you broke Benjamin, as it were, as he walked away.
Nice. And hopefully there'll be no sex for Ben tonight.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe not even Monopoly.
God,
At that exact moment, Deirdre, Trent, and Dusty, you all have the same sensation occur as all four of you are immediately plunged into darkness as every single one of the lights in the mall shut off.
I trained
The
for
lights-
this.
The lights go off and
Terrorists.
emergency lights come up, and you hear over the PA system,
Please be terrorists.
"Attention, mall goers.
Yes! Yes!
We
Yes!
have taken over your mall.
God damn it,
There
yes.
is no one that is coming to save
God
you.
damn it, I'm
All
so excited.
communication is now severed. Prepare to lose your Christmas."
Oh god, yes. Oh,
And we are going to take a break there for Roll to Cast.
rock hard
as-
right now.
As you are looking to engage in a good old
Metaphorically speaking.
Christmas terrorist mall film.
I was waiting for the terrorists.
How
I knew
in
they
the
were
world
coming.
Is Trent, Deirdre, and Dustin going to get out of this? We will find out. We'll be taking a short, like 10 or so minute break. We'll come back for the exciting, maybe conclusion
much gum.
of All Outta Bubblegum. And we'll see how much more blue Ellen's tongue gets. Thank you very much,
right.
everyone. We'll
See you
see you soon.
Be back in a sec. Can I spit
Love
this gum out? Or
Yes,
no?
you can.
All right, here we go.
Hello,
Hi.
welcome back to Roltercast
Hi.
Live. We just figured we'll come back because it is around the 10-minute mark, and we're still kind of settling in as we wait for our resident Daria-inspired Trent, who I've just seen photos of in the Discord, our Roltercast Discord. So I now have a very good idea of who Trent is. I've actually, as I said, I've
You've
never
never watched Daria.
Never
Oh,
watched
it's
Daria.
Good.
I watched
It's
one episode that was kind of shown to me. Literally, I actually remember when it was. It was in 2013 that I was shown Daria, and I didn't like it. But it was also 10 years ago, so I'm a much more jaded individual now. So maybe I'll love it.
yeah, I really like it because you think it's gonna be, I don't know, just this like snark fest, but it's a pretty good like teen drama. Daria's very like, relatable, sadly.
Well, it's in the same way that I can't get into King of the Hill.
Right.
Another show that I know that Chris quite likes, Propane. Also,
Marvin?
weirdly enough,
Marvin?
King of the Hill is getting rebooted. Oh, not rebooted. They're bringing it back. Yeah. In the same way that Futurama is, which comes back in a month's time.
Yeah, it's definitely like definitely news for us because we might have to start watching it again.
I mean,
Yeah.
I definitely am. I can't wait.
Sean's committed.
Dang it, Bobby, that made more Futurama.
Bring back that for the OG Roltercasters that shut up and take my podcast. Goodness.
That's right. Yeah, where we watched every episode of Futurama, even the movies.
You know, I think I can still remember it.
And the podcast.
Welcome to Shut Up and Take My Podcast, the Australian Futurama podcast that pits episode against episode in a bloody, glorious gauntlet battle.
Gauntlet battle for
your
entertainment.
That's where we cut our teeth, guys. That's how we started doing stuff.
You know, we did like 180 episodes of that.
Insane. Yeah, it's totally
I didn't.
insane.
Wild. No, you didn't. You did 140.
I came in.
I did a
just
few more
when
than
you
that.
figured shit out. Breezed on in.
Yeah, Phil came in episode 16. Start of ahead in the polls, which was season 2.
Is that ahead in the
Chris's
polls?
final episode, and then you came in with the John Goodman Xmas story.
Xmas story, yeah.
Yeah. That's when you came in. And Ellen came in. I always forget where you came in.
Well, because we my first like debut episode is not the first one that we recorded.
That's right. Yeah, so weird. Our chronology was
Yeah.
also all over the place too.
Because I think the first episode I actually recorded was the which is when you had both the Pauls from One Good Thing on the episode. So it was like, for me, it was like a whole clusterfuck because I'm like, not only am I, kind of coming in new, I'm coming in with guests as well. And they're both named Paul, which is very confusing.
Is that? Did I introduce you to the polls as your first episode? That's amazing.
Yeah, but that didn't get released first. I think it was something like, was it Pharaoh? A Pharaoh to Remember?
Yeah, was that your first
Yeah.
episode?
Yeah.
It was
I think
too.
so.
Yeah, so that was deep in season.
And I come
3.
on and I'm the negative
Remember
Nancy because
me.
I'm like, I don't like it when Bender's just an absolute asshole.
Yeah, you prefer soft bender.
Yeah,
Like parental
don't we
Bender.
all? It's the same as like my Homer Simpson. I like it when Homer is nice. I like
Even
he's
Bender,
a sweet
even when Bender's
goofball.
nice, he's like.
Even when
Bender.
Bender's nice, he's still a
Right.
homicidal asshole.
What is it like?
So
He
it's
becomes a
fine
parent
line
to all
to
those
cross.
orphans, and then he gets done for like misrepresenting the value of livestock or something.
Yeah.
So how are shifting gears? How are people finding All Outta Bubblegum so far? For all
It's fun.
Yeah,
It's fun.
silly,
It's
man.
silly.
it's silly. It's
Doing a good
it's a bit
job
of a
keeping it silly.
why not Zoidberg?
At least you still have Zoidberg.
The hard part
you mean
is
John?
chewing all the gum, I must say.
That's why I had left it out of my parameters to do so. I was like, I could also give myself NPC roles, but then I have to chew bubblegum, and I don't want to do that.
Bubblegum too. And it's
Uh,
also like, I don't know if bubblegum is usually this hard when you
It's
start
really,
chewing it.
it's really tough.
It's
stuff.
tough.
I still, so I
It's
didn't
like
tell the
jerky.
listeners. I didn't tell the listeners this at home, but I had this idea of so because I know how much they are as well. I think they're $4 a pop. But if we bought $40 worth of Buffalo Bills, and for those of you not in Australia, Buffalo Bills is this weird ice cream of a cowboy face with a big moustache and it has a bubblegum nose. And at least now, my kid brain says that the ice cream looked a lot better in the 90s when we had them. But I feel like now every time, none of them look like that. Absolutely
No.
none of them look like that.
That's like more accurate.
Yes. And like maintaining that shape is impossible.
I feel like American.
That's a nice Buffalo Bill.
Why doesn't mine
look like that?
I think Americans have the same thing, but it's a clown, right?
Did you have it in England? Was Buffalo Bill existing?
It's not. I think we have the same thing, but it's a clown.
Right, Buffalo Bill. Well, because Buffalo Bill is definitely Streets, Australia.
Yeah, but Streets is I think it's called Walls in the UK.
Walls.
It's like a huge company.
Yeah, let's get into Buffalo Bill lore here.
We got walls. Now we just need roofs, people.
Chris is gone. He's out of here. So
Buffalo Bill is a. Here you go. Buffalo Bill. Yeah, this is like our old podcast days. Buffalo Bill is a brand of packaged frozen desserts sold in Australia and New Zealand, manufactured under Unilever's Streets brand, and formerly available in the US and the UK under sister brands Good Humour and Walls, respectively.
Walls. Yeah.
Apparently,
Buffalo Bill was available in the UK.
Oh.
But you never got it. Have you had one, Steve?
Yeah, have you had one?
I think so, yeah. Pretty sure I've had one in here in Australia. Do you know what I really like? A Golden Gay Time. Oh,
Golden Gay Time.
They're so good, man. They're so tasty.
They're horrible
How are we going to describe it? Because it's got a crunchy exterior.
It's like a honey flavored ice cream.
Like honey flame or honeycomb or
honey, and then I think it's honeycomb, and then there's like a caramel outer.
Yeah, it's like a caramel layer, and then there's like
with crumbly bits on it.
And then it's like a chocolate with crumble.
Oh, here you go.
With like...
It's a combination of toffee and vanilla flavored ice cream.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but the outside is all is got this like a biscuity, crusty crunchiness to it.
Yeah,
and it's called Golden Gay Time,
crunchy,
and it's awesome.
Very sweet. It's nice.
Stupid name, awesome ice cream.
Bronx said the Scar Boys took Chris out.
He's gone, man. He's out of here.
He's been taken out by Scar. His ultimate weakness.
It's all right. It's giving me time to figure out. So, newsflash, I've done.
That there was a big Scar emo divide, and I was like, "Bro, Mikey Way from My Chemical Romance is literally in an episode of the Aquabats. Big emo, bass player is in an episode of the Aquabats as like the evil team." And it's very, very funny. So I think it just goes to show there's no real divide between Scar and emo. We are both nerds, and we recognize that in each other. Sorry, what are you going to say?
No, I was just going to say it gives me time to figure out what the hell I'm going to do. Because I was going to say, so for those that, if you can't figure it out, I've not prepped for this game at all. But I think that's right. That is absolutely correct. You just gotta make up shit, give them a mundane thing, and I've seen enough awful schlocky B movies. Hell, this is pretty much turning into Paul Blart Mall Cop as it is. For all of you out there that have seen that film, which is me.
I haven't seen it.
I actually think I'm the only one here that's seen it.
I think I was saying to Sean the other day, I've only listened to the podcast Till Death Do Us Blart, where annually they watch Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. But I've never seen either of the films, and I don't need to.
No, I haven't seen Paul Blart Mall Cop 2. I have not. I love that they waited 6 years to bring out the sequel. Like, they waited enough time. They're like, you know what we need? Another Paul Blart.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is Paul Blart Mall Cop appropriate for kids?
I don't think it's appropriate for anyone, really.
Is it appropriate for Kevin James?
No. God, I don't know. Anyway, it's just his career makes me a bit sad because
Kevin
it's like,
James?
yeah, it's like I don't know. Like, yes, he does a lot of work. But if my friend Adam Sandler made a lot of films and cast me in it, and like every joke was at the butt of my weight, and me being a buffoon and dense
Big,
and stupid,
big fatty dum dum.
yeah, I would be like, hey, maybe we're not friends. I don't like.
Maybe
Hey,
we make a joke about
thank
anything
you for
else.
the-
Here's another $10 million.
Yeah, well, it's like thank you for the money and thank you for whatever, but like, you write these things, dude. Could you not write one where I'm like, I don't know,
Cool.
a hero or like nice?
Yeah.
I don't even need to be cool. I just like, I don't know, maybe just don't call me, as Phil said, a fatty dum dum every like 2 minutes.
That's
I don't
the
know,
only
but I'm
joke
not
he
Kevin
knows.
James, and I don't have that friendship with Adam Sandler, so I can't speak for that.
You see
Yeah,
the
it is-
Assassin movie he did?
The Assassin
What was
movie he
that?
did?
Bronx is asking if you've seen the Assassin movie he did. Evidently
What,
not.
Kevin
what's it
James?
called? Kevin
Or Adam
James?
Sandler?
I assume we're talking about Kevin James.
I'm trying to look through his. Oh, Becky, is that what you're referring to? Becky. Yeah, it's a weird action thriller. That's
Chris
right.
says, Star Without Me. So
That's all right. We can absolutely do that. For those of you who haven't who are starting, if you are starting with us or whatever, just as a good recap,
You're jumping in now.
we're in 1998.
God help you.
It is Christmas Eve. It is the night before Christmas. That's what Christmas Eve means. And it is an hour before close. It's night outside, but the mall has been buzzing. And we've been following the stories of Dusty, the Lone Ranger, as it were, the mall cop who is responsible for the entirety of the mall, takes his job seriously and lays down the law, even if he doesn't know what the law is. He knows, wink, and he gets the job done. He doesn't get paid enough, but that doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Does the job for the love of it. So
Yeah, it's Christmas Eve and he's there, so
yeah.
you know. We have
Where else would
Deidre.
it be?
Deidre, the elderly woman with a heart of gold but fists of fury, who is there to find a teddy, a porcelain teddy that she unfortunately shattered. That was meant for her grandson, and she has been on a mission to find a new one, which, as of now, she has achieved. On the other side of the mall, we have
Kid's
Trent.
gonna break that in 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, I hope so. We have Trent, the teenage delinquent renegade, as
New
it
metal
were.
bassist.
That's right, new metal bassist of formerly Mystic Spiral, formerly, but they're looking for a new name, and he finds himself at the mall to laugh at everyone that isn't him at the mall. It's Christmas Eve. What else are you going to do? And you've had a variety of weird happenings. You've been kicking ass. You've been taking names, and you have been solving a few things without it. However, things have taken a hard right turn at the climax of part one, when you were plunged into darkness and the emergency warm lighting has lit up the entirety of the mall, and over the PA you heard that Christmas is no longer yours. And
Christmas is cancelled.
Christmas is indeed cancelled. Before cancelling was a thing, they invented it. This is where it comes from. This is where
Cancelled has a different meaning, guys.
Yeah.
It means just to not do something.
No.
It also comes from POC vernacular. So I love that we're like, we invented it.
Now,
Oops.
being as wieldy as this system, I say lightly, is, Dusty, these words ring out over the PA system. We have taken over you. No, wait, sorry, that was German. We have taken over your mall. Christmas is over. And what do you do? What is Dusty's immediate response to this
Well,
emergency? What you would know as a Code 1.
Code 1. I studied for this by watching several movies. So, while he doesn't have any traditional weapons, Dusty has
what
an
does Dusty have
excessively
on?
large flashlight.
Amazing.
Like one of those really big ones that would do some damage.
Heavy duty, like,
Yeah,
proper.
yeah.
Yeah. You
And
could, you could
he says, "I'll remain calm. I'll have you back home in time for some tasty eggnog." And then he's gonna make for the control room where the PA is located, public address system, because that must be where the terrorist leader is.
Excellent. So you know exactly where that is. You push your way through frantic passerbys who are trying to head for exits. You can already see at the far end, some people are trying to head over and they realize that the doors are locked. And
Look
as
out,
you
there are
get...
still snakes on the loose.
Yeah, that's right. You didn't even get to finish that. Yeah, there's pandemonium. And as you get to the control room, you go to open it. The door's locked.
I'm gonna kick that door's ass.
Kick its ass thoroughly and emphatically. Roll for me.
Can I ass kick?
Of course you
Because
can.
I'm shoulder charging the door. So this is
Well, you're not gonna talk it down.
no. This is over bubblegum, right?
Yeah, over bubblegum.
So 5. I got a 6. I shoulder
You got a
charge
6
through the door.
That's it. Like you don't even you can see that it's locked. You know it's locked, so you keep charging and you just hip and shoulder this thing, and the door just thwump goes flat on the ground, and you see just a variety of like 12 monitors, like those old box TVs, and you just start scanning through. Make me a non-ass kicking roll
There were
to
no
spot the
terrorists.
problem.
There were no terrorists in here. That's a problem. Oh, Chris is out of here. He's gotta go. Trent's dead. He's been captured by the terrorists.
No.
I got a 10. So I was meant to roll over or under bubblegum.
It was non-ass kicking, so let's see where we are. It was I'm just watching the VOD screen just to see where our... All right, well, I'm
Phil's
now
been
Ellen.
chopped in half.
Yeah.
I'm
So you fail that roll. So the first thing that you do is that you lose a bubblegum. I'll let you fix that first. So you're going to lose a bubblegum, and yeah, as you eat that bubblegum, you notice that, like, as you look around, no, you do not see on the screen where anyone is. But what you notice is that there's been like a bit of technological jury rigging, and you can see a device that's on like the PA system. Basically, what you can ascertain is that they have taken the PA system and things that are generally would be done from here, and they're using it remotely. Someone has been in this room, but they found a way to be able to access it remotely. They are not in this room. Deirdre, the lights have gone off. They've come back on. You find yourself just in the middle of the mall here in a central space. What is Deirdre's first immediate action?
Are they surrounding me? Like, I don't know where the terrorists are, do I?
No, so there's just pandemonium. As people are bumping past you, there's screaming, there's yelling, people are rushing for escapes. Basically, it's an all for one for all, as the threat has not made itself known just yet.
I think maybe she's just gonna try and go into like one of those staff room, like go into like one of the back rooms, and just like she might not even be aware of it, but she's like, "Oh dear me, there's lots of ruckus. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get through the front doors, so I'm gonna try and go in through the staff, Warren."
Yeah.
and navigate through there. And maybe I'll bump into some terrorists. Who knows?
Maybe you will.
I'm trying to roll over. Under.
Under.
Is it meets it beats it? I rolled a 4. I got 4.
You rolled a 4. What are you on?
4.
So that's a fail.
Boo.
So, yeah, good. Well, here's how this
Does
works.
that mean I start chewing?
You start chewing.
Start
So
chewing.
you start to try and make your way through. It seems like no one is in here as you navigate through these small little corridors, storerooms. You find yourself getting a little bit lost, and then you just all of a sudden appear in what appears like the lunchroom of the back of the back area. Like there's a little table. You can see there's a fridge, a little sink area, and there are no staff members or no mall cops or anything of the like, except for there are 3 people that are standing around a table. One has a headset on, and they are wearing janitorial outfits, but they're all gathered over this map of the area and of the mall, as it turns out, like a blueprint. And one of them turns and looks at you. Hey, piss off, get out of here, store business.
You all meeting? It's such a shame that you all have to be here for Christmas Eve. I'm sure you've got to get back to all your families. Now, why don't you keep going with your meeting, and I'm going to make us all some tea. And I'm going to go to the kettle and that little kitchenette area you said and make some tea.
So you go to do that, and as you start to make your way, you hear one of them say, "Get rid of her. Dimitri, get rid of her." And then one, he's a large, tall, lanky, thin-muscled man with wavy blonde hair, piercing eyes, and he comes and puts a hand on both your shoulders and you would be more comfortable not in this room. Let me escort you out. And he tries to forcefully push you out.
Please, you sit down. Was it Dimmy? Dimmy, is that Greek?
Yeah.
I knew a Greek man back when I was younger. We met on holiday. I tell you what,
old lady, you must leave now. And he's gonna try and shove you out the door. He's clearly frustrated a lot more forcefully, and he shoves you. He actually does give you a big push in the direction of the exit.
I guess
what a villain!
What
He's pushing old ladies.
What am I? Because I think it's more funny for her to not react immediately with violence.
Yeah.
Can my role be to just keep going to the kettle?
Absolutely, you can be like a
you're
lemming.
A strong boy. I bet you eat all your crusts.
Make your roll for me. Your non-ass kicking roll.
Hey, I rolled a 2, so I'm good.
Yeah, he goes to push
Go to this kettle.
Like a lemming from the popular 90s video game Lemmings, you cannot be stopped. You duck under his arms and you're this weird dexterous old lady that all these batting hands, you just weave under, and it seems effortless, and you're just
a
now
gymnast
at the counter.
in her day.
Yeah, you cannot be stopped as you start making this tea, and you're there with the cops and with these villainous individuals as you start making your tea. We're going to cut over to Phil and Dusty.
I'm in the vents.
Great, you're in the vents. You're starting to crawl your way through.
I don't know why he got in the vents, but he thought, yeah, okay, I've got to get in the vents.
Well, as you said, you take everything from the film. So
That's right.
What happens in Die Hard? You're John McClaning it. And it gives you a bird's eye view.
Those vents are always immaculately clean and not full of dust and shit.
And definitely strong enough to hold a grown man crawling around quietly, apparently, and not going.
Make me a non-ass kicking roll to navigate your way through this vent.
All right, so I got 4 gum here.
4 gum.
I rolled an 8, so that is not a success.
Great. So as you're like making your way through, it starts to get
These are surprisingly
tighter,
dusty.
tighter and tighter, and like your build starts to hinder you as you then find yourself stuck. And you're like in a vent. You don't know where you are. You don't have one of the grates below you, so you can't see through. And you're starting to get a little bit claustrophobic. You try to move one way, you try to move back, and
It's
you
never
are.
happened to John McClane.
How are you going to get yourself out of this situation? You are stuck, Dusty.
I'm gonna kick this vent's ass.
I'm gonna grease me up.
Grease me up, woman. Kick its ass.
I'm gonna start just like hammering on the vent until it comes loose and falls into wherever I'm over the top of.
Oh, also, you did that non-ass kicking roll. Did you take away a gum for failing that roll?
Yes, I did. Yeah.
Great. Kick some ass.
Okay, so now I've got to get over 3.
Yes, over 3. Jesus.
7. Yeah. I kick that vent's ass.
Absolutely. Yes. So you exactly what you did just there. You like because your shoulders are pushed together. You bring your arms up and you Hulk smash down, and immediately like you think nothing happens, as like it just shudders, and then exactly that, like a perfectly cut section of the vent just falls. It just falls down with you inside it. Deidre, you are at that moment making your tea as the vent just perfectly falls down and lands on the table where these other two are gathered around as the vent slams down on the floor, and you hear, oh!
Ooh.
Ow.
Well, I must say, if you were trying to end up, where the Father Christmas takes pictures, you've gotten a bit lost, sir.
Thanks, old lady.
You're welcome. Would you like some tea? I'm just making
Yes,
some tea.
I would
for
love
everyone.
some tea after I kick these guys' ass. They look like terrorists.
Both
One
of you
lump or
need
two.
Both of you need to leave right now. What is this? This is
He's got an
madness.
Eastern European accent. I'm gonna kick his ass. I hit him with my flashlight.
Oh, that is not very tolerant of you.
Who said he's tolerant?
That's what a
He's
commie would
American.
say.
Make me an ass kicking roll to bop. What is everyone's gum levels on at the moment?
I got 3
Twist it.
left.
And what do you want,
Pull
Ellen?
it.
Pull it.
Also 3. Bop it.
We've been just chewing gum
Pull
like
it.
crazy. So I
Yeah.
kicked his ass because I got 5. And I got
You got
3
5?
gum. So I smack
Great.
him in the face with he's going, oh, that's not very tolerant, and I smack him in the head with my flashlight.
Amazing.
I'll
So
show you tolerant.
American made.
here's an extra thing that I decided to put in here. Now that we are in what is pretty much going to be a violent escapade, is that we're actually going to go into a weird form of initiative. And because I've got everyone together into a potentially volatile situation, this is where I give my NPCs a bit of rolling to do.
No.
So, Deirdre and Dusty, can you all just roll me a d10, no modifiers?
6.
9.
6 and 9. Great. So, Dusty,
Nice.
Nice.
yeah. And you know what? Now I need to get a die. 2 secs.
Oh.
So, I am going to also be rolling for these NPCs, and I think that I should give them a higher gum count, because there is indeed 3 of them. So it's going to be harder for me to succeed at my rolls here. But know that if they do succeed, they will be taking gum off you as well. So I'm going to give them let's make it fun. I'm going to give them their starting pool of 8. So they have not had to be ass kicky up until now. So that's how it's going to work. And they are going to roll their d10. Where's my d10? Ooh, there's the d6 that Ellen gave me. How lovely. This is the d100, but that's fine. 9. Phil and I roll off. Once more. 8. 5.
Mm-hmm.
Great. Well, you got one off onto, I would say, the leader of the group, the one that was just talking.
Vasily.
So what's that?
Vasily.
Vasily. But he thinks you said Vaseline. Vasily gets hit, and a big like egg pretty much immediately pops up on his head, and he's going to look at you incredulously. He's going to grab you under both lapels, looking to lift you out and onto the top of the vent that is on the ground, looking to make like a dusty-sized crater inside the vent here. And so he's going to roll his d10. So I have to get an 8 or over. That's a 3.
Does he lose bubblegum from being hit?
Yes, he does. So it would have had to have been a 7 or over. So he gets a 3. As he grabs your lapels, you expertly pull both your arms up and break the grip, and his arms fall to the side there. And I'm going to say they get to go like in between each of you. But Dusty, it is your turn again. I allowed you that free action before because I'm nice. And now it's your turn again. What is Dusty gonna do?
Does this guy have a gun?
You can see, there is like a gun in a holster. You're trained to spot this.
In
fact, you know what? This is like an action film. It's a submachine gun.
Yeah, I'm gonna take a submachine gun off him.
Right.
Hit him with the torch again and take his gun.
All right. I'm going to say that's an ass-kicking roll to disarm.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm
gonna do a little bit of like my hands go into like kind of chop formation, so I can do a little on the wrist to make him drop the gun.
Excellent. Go for it.
So you disarm people in the movies.
Exactly.
I got a 10, so that is definitely over 3.
Yep. So that's a fail. You
and then in the neck.
You know what happened? You you got a, what did you get? A 10?
10.
So you succeed.
Maximum success.
So the way this kind of happens is that you go to chop his hand, and as you chop his hand, nothing happens, and it feels like you almost hit like metal. And then you go to chop it again. And again, and you look into his eyes, and there's a wide grin, and you think for a moment, and then you kick him in the crotch, and that makes him drop his gun. And you have now got his gun in your hands, ready for the next go. And it is now going to be the one's turn who was trying to grab Deirdre, the elusive one. And he is
Dimitri.
Yeah, Dimitri and Deirdre. That's not going to get difficult.
Dusty.
And he is going to find the closest thing at his disposal. There's like a comical pan, like a little cookie tray pan, as someone been doing baking a little bit earlier. And he's going to grab the comical steel pan and just going to try and bap Deirdre over the back of the head, just to kind of knock you out and take you out of the fight as quickly and violently as possible. So that's an 8. So that's a success. As there's the comical sound as he just like bops, and you stumble forward, and Deirdre, you like manage to like catch yourself on the shelving there, the bench. But like you are seeing stars. Deirdre is like you're dizzy, but it is your turn, and you do have to take a bubblegum away from yourself. So I think I put you on 2.
We're almost into full ass kick mode, so.
Yeah. I think I would like to. Oh, I've been making tea. Yeah, I want to throw tea in someone's face. Probably
Right, 'cause I think-
since he bopped me on the head.
Mhm.
Yeah, as soon as the bopping happened, you are going to fall flat onto the bench,
Oh!
and beside you, you hear the clicking of the kettle as it's just finished boiling. You go to
Oh.
throw the boiling water. Make your ass-kicking roll.
I reckon it's tea time, boys. And so I'm trying to roll over my gum.
Overcome.
Over 2.
Yeah, we good. We 5 over 2. Let's get
Yep.
some ass.
So tell me what you do. As
Yeah,
you're like
I
right
said-
beside the kettle.
Yeah, I think she slowly picks up I think she still pours it into the tea.
First,
Now,
first
what do we?
priorities.
Yeah, into the teapot. Now, what do we say that that can't be solved over a nice cup of tea, and then throw it into Mitch's face.
It's this double whammy of like gets hit in the chest with the actual physical kettle, and the water comes out of the lid, and you hear the sizzling as you see like the redness immediately start to appear on the face of Deirdre. His eyes shut as he bumps against the fridge and starts to writhe around. It is now the third one's turn as they are immediately going to bring out like the first. Actually, you know what? They pick up a chair that was just by the table, and goes to wallop Dusty right across the small of the back.
By God!
By God!
With a steel chair!
8. 8 is a success. I'm rolling so well.
Shall I chew another gun?
Yes, you do. It doesn't mean that you lose control of your submachine gun, but you feel the immediate pang of pain as this wooden chair splinters across your back. Pieces go flying everywhere as you stumble forward and stumble into the main man as you feel your body racked with pain. But that ain't gonna stop you, Dusty, because it is indeed your turn. I think. Yeah.
So I think like the guy who's being scolded right now, I'm gonna leave him. We can interrogate him about where his leader is afterwards. Mm-hmm. But I'm gonna turn around and I'm just gonna from the hip just shoot the other two people with the submachine gun, and I'm just gonna gum it. I'm just gonna gum it. I just want to get through all my gum now and win.
Go into complete ass kicking
fourth piece of gum in
territory.
my mouth. It's too much.
You want to be?
You know
Too much
what?
gum.
Because you have gone for an automatic success, I will treat this as a crit, because the thing was going to be if you rolled a 10, I was just going to say you outright blast these people to pieces. So how do you straight up murder these two individuals?
So I turn around from the hip, yelling, "Ah!" and each one of them gets like full squibs. They do the whole. One of them gets hit like 5 times and then goes weirdly back over a potted plant, like
Yeah.
And the other guy like does a full backflip. You can tell like he's definitely went to some sort of gymnastics course or something. And yeah, inexplicably does like a backflip when hit by some bullets.
It's those action movies where they like the shot is specifically framed on them. You're not in the shot as well, so they've specifically gone right, and this is the shot where you die. Make it spectacular, and that's where they get like the slow motion, like backflip, and just crumple in a heap.
I'm gonna blow the smoke off the end of the barrel. Sorry, guys. Employees only.
Hell yeah. Deirdre, there's still a heavily scolded man in your vicinity as they're writhing along the floor, hands clutching and clawing at their eyes.
Oh gosh. Yeah, I mean, I think maybe I'll just using one of the teacups, just bring it down on his head and just take him out. Take him out.
I'm gonna say if you get a 10, you will knock them out.
Just a 5.
Just a 5, it's still gonna be enough to like conk this man good and proper. You like bring the teacup up and you smash it, and again it shatters over the head of this man, and they're stumbling now. And
why? I already burned. Ouch!
That is not what I asked for. And they're gonna stumble into the middle as they're like reaching out. Vladimir, Vestively, where are you? And they're gonna like almost. Their hands are going to go on you, Dusty, because it is their turn, and they're blindly just going to try and like punch you in the face. Absolutely fucking not. This thing goes like wild. They go to punch, you simply duck out the way, and they do a comical whirlwind spin around a couple of times as we're back to you, Dusty.
Tell me where your leader is. I'm
Right.
gonna get these people home for Christmas.
Make me a very difficult now non-ass kicking roll.
It's like I gotta get a 1. That's it. That's
Yeah.
all I can do. No, I got a 9. All right, that's it. I'm done. Only ass kicking now.
I will never tell you. Never tell you. There is nothing you can do or say or emotionally scar me with that will make me divulge this information. Deirdre.
Has he got like a radio or any comms on him?
Yeah, you see, like, you saw that not only was there like a comm, there was also like a little headset that they've been using that seems to be like jury rigged with a fancy like 90s hacking unit that's on it.
Yeah, I'd like to take it off him, press it, and say, hello? Hello, who's on the other side?
And you're
I'd like to say hello. This boy Dimitri, he seems to be lost.
who is this? Who is on the other line? That's not the voice I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to do old Russian, but it's not working very well.
Forrest Whitaker. Back.
Forrest Whitaker. It's Saw Gerrera voice.
Wait, let me try and do old Russian. Give me a second. If my Russian is like this, it is it's not. It's just Saw Gerrera.
Yeah.
It's still Saw Gerrera.
Is my old Russian really Saw Gerrera? That's unfortunate.
I guess so.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna go with my Godfather voice, and you're just gonna have to imagine that it's kind of European in some way.
Well, it is kind of European.
Yeah, I guess so. You know, who is speaking? Why does Dimitri? Why does it sound like you have
terrorists?
Why does it sound like you have aged 50 years? What is going on? Has the heist been successful?
Yes. I'm just wondering where to go now, because we've done all the heisting, and I'm looking up to Dustin as if to be like, we've done all the heisting, you see, but now we need to bring all the goodies back to you. And I'm so silly. I've completely forgotten where our meeting point was.
Are you CIA? That was amazing.
I'm CWA, which I don't think they have in America. Country Women's Association.
Make me a non-ass kicking roll.
That's a 6 over my 2 gums, so I think I'm a master in diplomacy and espionage.
Wait, so you got over your
No,
gum?
that's a fail, yeah.
That's a fail.
Oh shit!
For
sorry.
non-ass
yes,
kicking,
I
yeah.
forgot.
So
you gotta
first
eat
of all,
You gotta eat
eat
your last
your
gum.
gum.
So now we
Well,
can
I've
only
still
kick
got one
ass.
gum left.
Oh,
you
really?
still got gum
Okay.
left. And then there's
one gum
a pause. Yeah. Who the fuck is this? What have you done with Dimitri? Why? I am very. I do not understand
Dimitri's
this
on a
situation.
pee break.
Who is that? What is this? This is very peculiar, and it sounds like you are an old lady with a walkie-talkie. What have you done with my
I'm no
people?
old lady, and you should respect your elders. Now I'm gonna find you, and I'm gonna give these people their Christmas back.
Was that you turning it off?
No, that was me crushing the radio on my hand because I
It
can't
was you
do
crushing
anything.
the radio?
I can't do anything but kick ass, so I crushed the radio on my hand.
And you hear at this moment, just before you crush, you hear, now you listen here, mister, and then you crunch the radio. and it crumples to almost dust as like a bit of like electricity sparkles. Like the director didn't know how walkie-talkies quite like work, and when you crumple it, just like sizzling electricity and like a puff of smoke.
What's your name?
Like a car. Me, I'm Deirdre.
Do you know how to use a gun?
Well, I've used a sewing machine. Is it?
I'm gonna grab a gun from one of the other guards and I'm gonna put it in her hand.
You grab it from Demetrius, who's still screaming and clutching at his eyes.
We'll get to him.
Oh dear. Well, this is it's heavy. It's heavy.
Yeah, it's like pretty heavy. So never point it at anything you don't want to shoot. Don't put your finger on the trigger until you're ready to shoot.
Okay.
Point the business end at the enemy, and then squeeze this when you're ready. And be warned, it has a real kick.
Is this a Christmas present?
It's a kick-ass present is what it is.
Oh,
Now let's go find these people before they ruin everybody's favorite holiday.
Oh, no, we wouldn't want that. All right, let's go.
I'm gonna hold Dimitri to his feet. I'm gonna put the gun under his chin. I'm gonna walk him back out into the main area of the mall.
Now, Dusty, I want you to make an ass kicking roll, which you're automatically going to succeed at.
Yeah.
And Deirdre, I want you to make a non-ass kicking roll for me.
I
Do
succeeded.
you still have a gum?
Well, I have one gum, so is there a point in doing it?
Yeah, you could get a 1 and succeed, right?
Well,
Or
no,
is it not
because
work?
even a 1 is a failure.
Oh yeah, we're not saying meets it beats it. So
Can I spend my gum?
Yes.
yeah, might as well
this can be
spend it.
Yeah, this could be your last. So, in your kind of like in this moment of lucidity, like young person lucidity, like a surprising amount of like tact for this and like, you know, understanding of technology and understanding of like detective work. You realize that when you were talking to this person on the phone here, this weird leader like person, you heard the sound of wind, and you heard the sound of what sounded to you like potentially a helicopter that is starting to be brought to life, and that gives you a clue as to where you think this person might be.
Do you know where to find the elevator, the lift? I think he might be on the roof.
Yes, but you're not supposed to use the lift in the case of emergencies. You're meant to take the stairs, but I don't know if you can handle that. Do you want to piggyback?
Yes, please.
Jump up! Let's go! I'm gonna kick these stairs ass.
So, Dusty, you hold Dimitri with one hand, and with the other hand you pick up Deirdre and just shove her on your back. And Deirdre, who's also now feeling the adrenaline, you've got Dusty in like a half chokehold as well.
Also, we call them elevators.
You're both aggressively just running up the stairs. Deirdre is barely on his feet as he's still like screaming and clutching his eyes. As
Wait, why are we going to the roof?
Wind over the telecommunications.
Oh my god, you're a
device.
genius! A helicopter, of course. The mall had that heliport installed. I thought it was a bit of a waste.
Well, I just remember I fell last July, and we weren't sure if we were gonna have to helicopter me out. Thankfully, it was all good.
Good for you that they didn't. That would have cost you $1 million.
No, and I don't have insurance. Not at all.
That sucks. I'm gonna kick the American healthcare system's ass. We open into the roof.
You kick down the door to the roof, and you're greeted. You can see there's like a bunch of. So there is the boss, and you can hear his voice be like, "Quick! We have to get everything. Load the helicopter now!" And the sight that you see is a whole bunch of people workers, as it were, and they're hauling registers worth of cash, of notes and bills from all the different various stores. And he whirls around and he sees.
Can we do a crash zoom on him?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh. And he, who are you two?
Do you want to? I've been doing loads of one-liners, and you're in full bubblegum mode as well, so you can do what you want.
Hey.
What do you say? I didn't catch it.
I'm Deirdre.
Okay, perfect.
And you're about to go down, sucker.
There you go. There we go. There's our kicking Deirdre.
I love it.
How did you know to find me up here?
Over your walkie-talkie device.
I didn't
You can hear the
divulge.
wind.
Oh, shit.
Helicopters are loud, you idiot.
I'm not an idiot. As a matter of fact, my operation here has been very, very smart. You're probably wondering what it is I'm doing. Well,
You're stealing money. It's pretty obvious.
but the how is actually very intriguing.
Not really.
Yeah.
You just invaded the mall, stole all the money from the register. It's really simple.
No, it's slightly more complicated than that.
Oh,
Do we have to listen to you explain it now? Sorry, Deirdre, I interrupted you. That was rude of me.
I mean,
Oh no, that's all right. What a courteous young man.
it
I
would
tried.
be. I did put a lot of effort into it. I wouldn't mind just explaining it.
Should we hear him out? I didn't think you did any prep.
No, but you see, there was one extra step. What was very, very fascinating about what I did is that we were responsible for putting the banks down so nobody could use FPOS, which means that everybody had to use cash, which meant that it was easier to steal the money from them. Don't have to do any 90s hacking or wiring, just get cold, hard cash, untraceable.
That's quite
it,
smart,
really.
That's quite smart, but if you could hack the banks, you probably should have just done that.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. And myself, I always use cash, so I think your way is probably better. I don't go into all of this newfangled swiping. It's not for me. It's not for me.
Now,
Why-
send your goons at us a reasonable amount at a time.
Oh. Can I just do it instead? They're actually busy doing my work. The thing is, I'm gonna dispatch you both quite easily. So
Mano a mano.
Yeah, well, mano
And
two of you.
And lady-o.
Mano
I don't know
the
what
word is. Two
I
of
don't
them.
know. I don't know what Spanish for lady is. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. You know, I spent a summer in Spain back in my youth, and they called me a beautiful chica.
You'll have to tell me later.
Mano y mano and dama.
That's right.
D-A-M-A. I looked it up. Dama.
Wait, hang on. I think a light rain is about to start falling.
And sure enough, the pitter-patter starts to coat the rooftop, and there's a crackle of thunder. As you remembered that, indeed, over Christmas Eve, there was going to be chance of rain and chance of pain. Let's roll initiative. D10. For anyone listening, feel free to pop in your best 90s action music here. What did you get, Phil?
You're the best.
2.
Well, I got a 4, so Deirdre gets to go first.
Absolutely. I think I'm gonna literally start running towards him with my walking frame, and then at a certain point, I'm just gonna pick it up and throw the whole fucking.
We have
frame
guns,
at him.
by the way, just in case you want. But I like your idea anyway.
Now,
So
remember
uncivilized.
that if I roll a 10 on either of you, you go down for the rest of the game.
Fuck.
So you're going to launch your walker. Now I'm going to say if you roll a 10, you're going to get like an extra special thing that goes along with this as well. So roll me
Because we
away.
can't fail now because we're all out of bubblegum.
6.
So yeah, it launches across, and as it starts to like launch over in slow motion, you see one of the workers like immediately drop their little cash register and dive in the way, and the walker just like whacks them in their head, and you hear the sickening thud of like a neck snapping as they just plump to the floor as your walker clatters right in front of the man. And he looks up and he goes, "All right, Hugo's turn." And he's wearing a tuxedo, and he like grabs his sleeves and he just rips off the sleeve entirely and rips off the other sleeve, and now he's just wearing a tuxedo tank top. And you see like bulging muscles with like barbed wire tattoos and a dagger on the other, the most cliched kind of like prison style. I should mention he also has like a little Van Dyke, a little like
soul patch.
A little soul patch. I was going to say Shannon Knoll-esque, but no, soul patch is better.
Yeah.
Anyone not in Australia doesn't know Shannon Knoll is, that's fine. And he's going to whip out, let's go fucking hard, a ninja star from his coat pocket, and he's going to try and you know what? I'm going to roll a very special die that I was gifted recently.
Use my own die against me.
Right. And if it's 1 to 3, it is aiming at Deirdre, who's the closest. If it's 4 to 6, it's going further at Dusty.
Do your worst.
That's a 2. So now I get to roll my D10 that is going to be against you, Ellen.
Roll off?
I'm going to say no. So I'm going to say this is an ass-kicking roll of. I'm going to say he's on 5. So he's got 5 gum left. So I got half a 50-50 chance of hitting you. That's a 3. So I actually fail. That's awful. So he chucks the ninja star, and in slow motion, you like do a Matrix-esque twist.
I think it might be a bit lamer in that she threw her walking frame at this person, and so I think she just starts to like slow motion.
Teeter over.
She just falls over and like misses the star.
You in the slow motion, you hear it. Oh dear, as you like just teeter just out the way, and maybe it chops off like a lock of your hair. Of your grey hair, and it wisps away into the wind as a crackle of thunder.
It's like it's a wig.
Then, yeah, and there's a crackle of thunder in the distance that is perfectly framed behind Dusty. Dusty, it is your turn.
I'm gonna catch Deirdre before she fully topples over and say, "On your feet, soldier!" And then I'm just gonna take the submachine gun. If I have any ammo, do I have any ammo left?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm just gonna shoot Hugo several times in his stupid body and face. Because you just gotta shoot the baddie. That doesn't happen enough in movies. You just shoot the baddie. You just shoot him.
Not enough baddies die in films. Roll me that D10.
No slow-mo falling off the roof. Just bullets.
See if you get that 10.
Oh, 9.
9. So you start to like riddle him in the chest with bullets. And he like stumbles back against so because there's 2 entrances to the roof. You know, in like old like apartment buildings, they have that little like, how do you explain it? On the roof, there's the little door that's in like that just leads from up the stairs, and they come out of that little.
It's like a little cabin. Section. It's a little cabin on the roof.
Yeah, that's what he like goes back against, and he slides down, and there's like a moment of like silence as all the workers just kind of stop in their tracks mid putting the money on, and then you stare at them, and you start to advance towards them, and then you hear. And you look over, and he slowly, Hugo is like pushing against the wall, and he grabs his tuxedo, the armless jacket. He rips it off, and you see there's a bulletproof plate that's across
Damn
his
it.
stomach.
Beautiful.
And it's riddled with bullets. And he rips off the bulletproof vest.
And my gun's empty. I'm going to cast it aside at the same time that he does that, just for a bit of dramatic flair.
And he just looks at you and says, "Closing times now. You have 5 minutes to die. See you tomorrow.
Pretty good.
Or never." And he is going to... whose turn is it? It is Hugo's. No, it's Deidre's turn.
Deidre was fast AF.
Yeah, Deidre, what do you do?
Okay. Well, I still have my gun, as Phil mentioned.
That's right, you got given a gun. Fuck.
Yeah.
And I just propped you up.
I think she's gonna pull it out of her purse.
Where the porcelain teddy is beside the purse as well. You can see it in there.
Inexplicably, completely intact. Like,
You're
fine.
They did a great job at gift wrapping it.
Yeah, there's a bit of like newspaper wrapped around it.
Yeah. And she says, "Well, on public holidays, you're open later." And I'm gonna shoot him.
Yeah, what'd you roll?
7.
7. So you fire up a shot and it pings straight into his thigh, and you see there's like a blood spurt, like a very, very like quintessential 90s squib pack, and this blood just like squirts comically out of his leg, and he stumbles down to his feet. "Oh, I didn't put any armor there. How did you know?" And it'll be his turn, and he's going to then pull out his own gun. Actually, no. He pulls out... You're wondering what it is at first, as he's like holding it in his hand. And he goes...
No!
And he chucks a grenade as it rolls.
Grenade.
Tinka.
Get down!
And what's... Oh, you've been attacking me. How many times have you attacked me in the last round?
Me?
Successfully? Twice?
I hit him with a machine gun, and you succeeded on your... Well, you always succeed, so twice, right?
Yep, so he's on 3 now, so I have to roll above a 3.
He gets a 10, do we both die? We just get killed by a grenade, and that's...
I guess so,
we
yeah.
lose.
I'll choose who it gets.
Yeah, okay.
It's only a 6. But
Still
like
above.
you can't die from this successful hit. But there is very much like there's a tink, and you both look down. It's between you. And you go to like dive out of the way, but you still both get hit by the blast as you fly in other directions, rolling on the ground, both teetering towards your respective edges. Hell, I might say, Dusty, you even like tumble over and you like grasp onto the edge of the roof. And Deidre, you comically like you find like you don't actually fall onto the floor. You get stumbled back, and your feet are on the edge of the roof, and you're just doing this over and over and over and over as you try and hold your ground. As the wind is whipping harder and harder, your bag in one hand is almost like falling off the edge. The porcelain teddy is half hanging out of the bag.
Oh no!
As it's precariously at risk of falling over the roof. And it is now your turn, Dusty.
So you see his hand there on the edge of the railing, the grip tightening, the veins popping out before a second hand joins it, and his face emerges, his sunglasses still in place, but now there's like some artfully done like smudges of dirt, and maybe like a little wound that's just dripping a tiny bit of blood. And then as he gets to his feet, you can see his uniform is also like been ripped like just a bit. It's missing one sleeve now. The shrapnel has taken a few like choice bits out of it, so you can see his abs under there. And he pulls himself to his feet on the edge of the roof, and he says, "We always allow time for shoppers to complete their purchases. "Ah!" And I'm just gonna charge at him through the rain in slow mo as the raindrops like bounce off his majestic sunglasses. I guess, yeah, they're majestic. And then I'm gonna tackle him.
For extra cool, this will be done with advantage, which can be roll 2d10s and take the better option.
5 or come on, give me that 10. No, another 9.
Oh, so close. But you do indeed full force tackle Hugo as you collide in this like mammoth, like mano-a-mano, meat against meat, muscle against muscle, and you slam tackle him as you like sprawl together on the floor in a tumble, like wrestling with one another across the floor, as it is now Deirdre's turn. Deirdre, you see both Dusty and Hugo glommed together. It's hard to see, like, you know, through the rain and the thunder, you can't really like get like a full picture of like who's who or a clear like view, but what do you do?
It's just a tiny bit homoerotic, like not hugely, just a
it's
little
the 90s.
bit.
It's the 90s, so they're not going to go full force.
It's not full like Top Gun, but it's a little bit there. It's undertones.
It's no Point Break, I tell you what.
Yeah.
Okay, so they're like locked together, right?
Yeah.
Do I take the chance and try and shoot? Oh, it's risky. It's risky.
It is.
I'll roll him onto his back. I punch him in the face. A splash of water. He punches me back. Oh, I fly back. He rushes me. I kick him with my foot. Kick him with my foot.
Move out the way! And I'm gonna try.
As you're doing that, we're like circling each other, like in a ridiculously over the top way.
And you get to do this with advantage, Ellen, because I feel like this is your big, like, kind of heroic moment potentially.
An 8.
8.
Did you roll twice? Did you roll twice?
I did.
Ah!
It was either an 8 or a 4.
Come on.
I know.
And you take the shot, and you know what? Let's roll another d6. And we're gonna see. No. You did succeed. So yeah, you like thread the needle, and you wait until like an opportune moment, and you take a shot, and it like Hugo's just about to punch Dusty, and it actually the bullet goes into his fist, and it blows his hand off. And you see there's like a stump.
Oh, no!
You see a stump where there was a hand and the blood just squirting out. And he takes a stumble back.
It's gonna
and
come on.
Stumbles one step back. He goes to take a shot. He goes to take another. Like you know what? He's gonna try and grapple.
You can pull me over the edge
and pull you over with him. And he does indeed grab you. No. He is going to take you. No. Hugo, you have one time to react as you're both teetering on the edge. I believe it is your turn.
Dusty?
Yeah, it's Dusty's turn. Yeah, it's Dusty's turn.
Yeah.
As he's grabbed you by the scruff of a shoulder and he's starting to make his way over.
He's like stumbling towards the edge. He's like definitely gonna fall off, right?
Yeah, I reckon it's pretty close to that because none of you are rolling 10s.
I just need a good one-liner. Hang on.
Yeah. So yeah, as Hugo like bleeding stump in one hand, he's got an iron grip on Dusty in the other as he's stumbling back like woozy. Hey, mommy! I know, it wasn't my best, Bowser. How much gum do you have in your mouth, Ellen? 3. 3 gum.
I got like 5. It's so much gum.
My jaw is tired.
So like he's pulling me over, like his hands like spurting still.
Spurting on you.
Yeah. And we get to the edge. He stops, he stumbles, he's like gonna pull me over. But I grab his hand, I twist his wrist so he lets go. I need a good line. Oh my god, I'm on the spot here. I'm really failing to come up with something.
Think of
Something
any?
about it's a half price, or it's closing time.
Or even something Christmas related?
Yeah, no, hang on.
Get in the comments, people.
I'll see you on Boxing Day.
Hey, there we go. That's the line.
Beautiful. That's nice.
You'll be in a box.
Yeah.
Because you'll be dead. Because a coffin is just.
And just for the sake of it, make that roll for me.
I'm not sure if Americans even have Boxing Day, so.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, I wonder.
It's a European thing, which you should understand.
No, I understand. I'm from Europe.
Oh, an 8. I got an 8.
Yeah, to hell with it. You say that, and some of the Americans, some of them like give you this quizzical look, like, "What's Boxing Day?" But Hugo gives you like the nod of understanding.
Good line.
And it was a good joke. I get it. As the bleeding stump that he was given from Deirdre, and there's like a weird like smile on his face at just the slight bonding moment between apparently, even though you're American, but someone that like understands the European way. As you like release him, and just in this almost like poetic, beautiful like fall, he tragically just falls backwards. It's weirdly taken from Die Hard 3, and he just
Of course.
falls off.
I like Bronx's alternative. We're all wrapped up for Christmas.
Oh, that's good.
There
Would
we
you
go.
like that gift wrapped? Oh well.
Looks like things are wrapping
Ooh,
up.
It's 2 stories. It's 2 stories. He's just like, ugh, ow.
Yeah, like he's. You know what? He lands on like the Christmas display that is outside of the mall. Just like a bunch of empty cardboard boxes, like dressed up to be Christmas presents. And he just lands in the boxes as you look over. Like both of you rush over to the edge, and you look over and see him like as he starts to stir. But you look in the distance and you see sirens. Someone apparently called the police at some point as they start to make their way towards the villain, as it were. But of course, this is an action movie. This is a Christmas movie. How would the two of you like the final shot or the final scene to coolly take place as the two of you are staring over the edge of the roof?
I think Deirdre would like to like go back to her purse and just check and see if the teddy, the crystal teddy, is still intact.
Ooh.
Did you get everything you came to for the? Did you get everything that you came to the mall for today?
I'm gonna make you roll for this, Ellen. Now,
Okay.
If it is a 1 to a 5,
Yeah.
it is shattered. If it is a 6 to a 10, it's intact.
7, baby.
Hey! So you open it up and you see, like, staring at you is the cute face of the teddy staring back up at you.
Well, Mr. Dusty, what do you say to an extra plate at my Christmas party? I think you should meet my grandson.
That'd be great. I live alone and have no family.
It's like
Well, you're always welcome.
Have you ever considered being a mall cop?
No, I've been retired for 20 years. But, you know,
We could use people like you
well,
in the sequel.
first Christmas and the summer holiday, and then let's get me one of those name tags.
Damn straight.
as we like zoom out on the two of you as you like give a hand clasp together. And we zoom out, we peer over as the cops funneling in on the parade as scared mall goers make their way out into the waiting arms of the cops. And we view out, and it says "The End" as a weirdly like tonally different pop song done by Celine Dion or by Tina Turner plays over the credits.
It's a buddy cop. It's Deirdre and Dusty, right? It's the buddy cop franchise. It's yeah.
And then there's we also see just like Trent walking out from another exit, just blasé, just chill, just kind of cool with it. As he just walks past Hugo on the ground, and this is a post-credit scene. He just like walks past Hugo and just says, "Bruh, it's Christmas. Come on, dude."
Christmas, dude.
And that is the end of All Outta Bubblegum. Well done.
I am. I spat mine out after I blew.
It's so much bubblegum,
and it popped all over my chin.
Thank you.
8 pieces.
Thank you so much, the two of you, and Chris as well, for being such good sports on this very shittily run one pager of absolute nonsense.
Total nonsense.
But it is
I love it.
100% the kind of film I would love to watch that film. I think that would be great.
I think it's a great film. Yeah, I just loved the like a million references shoved in everywhere and anywhere. That was just the best on people's t-shirts and everything. Great, amazing.
For those that are wondering, honestly, also All Outta Bubblegum, as I mentioned, was by Michael Sullivan and Jeffrey Grant. This is a one-pager. It's barely a one-pager that you can find anywhere. Like Reddit, you can literally Google images this thing and it's straight there. There's actually a variety of different reprints that have like maybe slight different tweaks and such. This is pretty much the bare bone rules, and it's a very silly game that just needs a D10 and your imagination. You can go as silly and bombastic and crazy as you like. Just a kind of in the same vein as like Everyone is John or Honey Heist or all these things. It is very kind of laser feelings. Laser feelings? I think that was called. In that regard. Lasers and feeling. In that regard. So I just thought it's a fun, good way to like celebrate what we do. As we said, it's been 4 years of Rollcast and we are still going. So if you like what we do, check us out right here on YouTube. We do our monthly Patreon voted live stream game. I'm actually not sure who is next. I'm not sure who's next on the agenda.
Might be me. Might be
you.
I just went.
So if you are a patron, well, let's see.
Might be Chris.
So
we
did.
Chris.
Who did The Gardener is Dead?
That was Ellen.
Me.
Ellen, and then who did Everyone is John?
That's me.
So that's Chris's turn.
It's Chris.
Yeah, because before that was Morkborg, so it'll be Chris's turn. So if you're a patron with voting capabilities, soon we'll have that voting on there. There'll also be opportunities to play with us if you're in a particular tier as well. So I'm sure there'll be some enticing options from Chris to lure an unsuspecting or suspecting player into our midst to play with us. But very quickly, Ellen, where can we find you and what should we be aware of?
Me on Twitter at EllenKGraham1. You can also find me on Instagram at EllieBean96. I think you can find me on GM Workshop every Wednesday doing Dragonlance, super fun, dysfunctional D&D family. You can find me on Sirenscape Fridays for Cyberpunk. And I think the next thing I've got upcoming is I'll be doing some drag in Glenelg if you're in Adelaide for the Fringe for Kids event. So you can see my drag king in action. So watch out for that.
Boys.
That's me. Yeah.
Hey, Phil, what about yourself?
I'm at Scruff on Twitter and here on Twitch sometimes as well. At SKKRUF. And yeah, I play over on the Sirenscape Twitch channel as well once a week, and then once a month I play on Cybernation Uncensored's Shadows of Estrance, the beginning of the month. Follow the Twitter for those two places, Cybernation Uncensored and Sirenscape, for news about when those are coming up, because we like to tweet them out. But yeah, other than that, I'm just me.
And I am Sean. You can find me on Twitter and other places, Discord mainly, at Sean Means John, or I will be posting on Discord as at Sean Means John. You can also find me on the dreaded GM Twitch channel doing a weekly Call of Cthulhu game where we are running through the famous story Horror on the Orient Express. It is a whole bunch of spooky, strange fun where I play a 75-year-old man named Sidney Alden, and he is his backstory is kind of reminiscent of the old man from Up. And so yeah, but he's got an interesting past, and where we've kind of left ourselves at the moment is somewhat of a juicy cliffhanger, as it were. And otherwise, you can find myself and everyone here at Roll to Cast on Roll to Cast, which is our weekly TTRPG podcast where we play a different game every season with a scored soundtrack and original stories. Currently, we are going through Die, the TTRPG by Kieran Gillen, and by Stephanie Hans as well. And this is a season that Ellen has been GMing at the moment, and we have two lovely guest stars in Max Garcia Underwood, who you might recognize as the music from the Witcher season, as well as Lou Boffin, or Luna Godfrey, who you can find on YouTube and on Twitter as well, very much in the Critical Role fan space, and does a whole slew of video content associated with that brand as well.
Recaps for each Critical Role episode to catch people up, and for people who don't have time to watch all of Critical Role.
Yeah,
Just most of us.
Mm-hmm.
And you can also find Chris at Bonding Chris, I believe is his handle on Twitter. And you can find him on all those kind of spaces, as he mentioned. And you can all find us all at Roll to Cast. That's kind of it for us. Thank you so much. If you've just discovered us, thank you for discovering us. If you've been with us for 4 years, thank you very much for sticking around. We hope we can do this for a long, long time. So until next month, we will see you all later. From Sean, Phil, and Ellen. Bye, everyone.